You know, I forgot how long this song was. We're about halfway through. we're about halfway through this song. I don't know if I want to let it play out in its entirety or not. It's certainly very funny. Uh, hi, by the way. We're playing Animal Crossing tonight because they updated the game. There is something new and exciting. You can now go swimming and diving in the ocean and find creatures of the deep sea and also drown yourself. So that's nice. Well, I don't know if you can actually physically drown.
3 years for this leap
I'm
and
assuming
win.
you might be able to drown. I don't know. Is my Switch not working again? Is it like not? Is it not gonna put anything out? Thank you for the 3 years, by the way. More appreciate you. This music will keep going until I can get my Switch to work. So, you know, we might be here for a few minutes. We'll see if it actually wants to up. There you go. It's outputting to my monitor now, so that's nice. I've got to turn this off so I can fucking hear myself think. Jesus Christ, dude. So there you go. Let's play some Animal Crossing, dude. It's been a while since I streamed this game, naturally. Mostly because there's not been much of a reason. I've barely been playing the game myself. For the most part, I've always been doing, like, whenever there's a new month, I've been catching all the fish and bugs and shit, obviously, but other than that, I've just been doing the daily stuff, you know? There's not been much of a reason for me to play the game anymore. I haven't really been worried about it too much. However, when there's new content, there's new content. And I've got to check out the new content, you know? That's just how things work. So I haven't actually checked how the diving works at all. All I know is that apparently you have to have a swimsuit that you gotta wear. And, you gotta use a snorkeling gear. You get the snorkeling gear just by default, and that's it. I don't play Tetris. I played it once when I got my Switch. I installed Tetris 99 as like a test to see like, hey, how does this work? Then I played it once, and I was really bad because I'm bad at Tetris. And then I never played it since. So there's that. Let me grab my snorkeling gear. I should probably have that. That's pretty important, you know? Same amount of new content as the Minecraft update. I'd argue it's more. I'd argue there's more new content in this than there was in the Minecraft update. It would be under... where? Under the fucking headgear, right? The fuck's it look like again? I got it by default. If too much clothes or just random shit I got. No, it was under like the mask section, wasn't it? There it is, snorkel mask. I got a pink one by default, but that's nice. I guess that's cool. But let's go diving for a bit. Let's see what it's like, alright? We'll see. Understand what's so good about Tetris? I mean, it was like the most sold video game of all time. Until like last year, when it got beaten by Minecraft. So clearly it must be a pretty good game. Overall. But like, I think just wearing this is probably not going to be enough to let me go swimming, right? Apparently need a swimsuit. Let's just put it on. Let's just take a look. What if I just wanted to go swimming? How do I jump in the water? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's grab a swimsuit, because I know these guys are selling one. And then let's just go and drown ourselves. Go swimming. I don't know. We'll see what we're dealing with, I suppose. Prep over. What do you mean? I don't know, dude. I don't know what you mean. There you go. Yeah, to the beach if you point us about swimming. Thank you. You want to put on a suit? Okay, you need a suitable swimsuit. You just press A from a beach or nearby rocks to hop in the water. Swim around, keep pressing A. Oh, and if you see a shadow, you can press Y to dive and check it out. You never know, deep sea creatures might be lurking. Perhaps you could bring one of them to the surface. Alright, cool. Thanks. Please give me the swimsuit. That's all I care about. I just want to swim. Not pink, it's salmon. Oh, you mean this? I mean, I didn't get to choose what color my snorkel is. They just gave this to me. So let's just put on a swimsuit, I guess. Oh, it like goes over your normal clothing. It doesn't actually take off your normal clothing. That's convenient. Can I keep my hat on while swimming? Oh, I sure hope I can. Alright, let's take a look. So I just Yep, alright, there you go. We're going swimming, baby. With the hat on. I just keep pressing A. Do I tap it? I don't know. There's a fish. Can I just chase the fish away? Yo, I can chase the fish away. Alright, and then I can press Y to dive. I guess I can only... Can I do it anytime? I totally can. I wonder how long I can stay down here. I wonder if I can just stay down here infinitely and just drown. No, okay, it's only a limited time. Or I went too close to the land, I don't know. I want to see if I can drown myself, okay? I know this is Animal Crossing, it's like a children's game. But I've got to see. No, okay, they force you up. You can only be underwater for so long. So there's bubbles here, which means there must be something down here. There you go, I caught something. Yo, what is this? Acorn barnacles? Poggers. I guess. It's gonna be kind of tough to do during the night, isn't it? Because it's gonna be dark as shit. But I guess if I see bubbles... Oh, they put up nets so I don't swim too far? Cowards? Nintendo's made of cowards. Coward company, honestly. But this is how far you can go, I guess. So how do I get this? I want to get this, whatever's down here. There you go. It's a little hard to aim sometimes. Now we've got sea grapes. Alright. Cool. So there's just more shit to collect, bring into the museum. You know what? I'm all for it. I feel like the museum is like the number one thing in this game that you gotta work towards. If you tap A, you go a little bit faster. Let's just go diving again and grab more stuff. Yo, is that seaweed? Yo! Boys, we're getting lit tonight. Let me just go for a swim. I mean, this is nice, I guess. Just having a nice little stroll in the waters off my island. I basically own this place because I did all the work on it, you know? Nobody else did anything. None of the other people that live here actually did anything to contribute to this island. I did everything. Is that a jellyfish? Yo. Pool. Yeah, I can't believe they would add the devil's lettuce to this kid-friendly game. They can just chill out here in the water, huh? Look at this little shit. Thinking he knows how to swim? Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Can I use my phone in the water? I actually can. Yo, let's check the Critterpedia real quick. Check this shit I caught. Right, I caught this earlier today as well. I think I've caught all the bugs now that I can catch this month. As you can see, the thing is filling in pretty well. There's barely anything left. In terms of fish, there's also only a few left. And then I've caught seaweed, and sea grapes, and a jellyfish, and also some barnacles. Cool, I guess. Also, I've got Nook Miles, probably for taking a swim. I gotta just do some swimming, okay. I mean, that's cool. I'm about to grab some more stuff over here, so just give me a second. Apparently you can find these on, like, island tours as well, so... Yeah, I wonder if I can get eaten by a shark. It's a mussel? Yo. Cool, dude. So here's my rewards. I just gotta go swimming. It's interesting how they chose to, like, roll out all this content in the game, like, over time, right? Why didn't they just have this stuff in the game from the start? I don't know. I guess it does add a little bit of seasonality to things, right? But it seems a little interesting. It seems interesting that they would do that. Because clearly they've had this feature developed pretty much from the start, right? People found stuff in the code that refers to this from the start, basically. So, I don't know. An extra jellyfish catch barehanded sends you into shock. 50% chance of you drowning and losing your island forever. Yo, I hope. Finally, Animal Crossing is gonna become the roguelike I always wished it was. I got you. You're not moving away from me, bud. It's a scallop. Look who's showed up. Now that I've caught a scallop. Take the scallop, I guess. Why does he just go diving to pick it up? He's gonna give me recipes, I'll give him scallops. Fair enough. And now he's off. I don't know who this dude is, but he's an otter or something. And surely if I catch another scallop, I can bring it. He's an otter. Yeah, I was definitely correct on that. If I get more, I can probably give one to the museum as well. But you know, I'll initiate this encounter once. Surely they're not that rare. They should be pretty easy to find. Oh, this thing, this motherfucker, thinks he can escape me. It's just another jellyfish. I don't know where he went. I wonder if you're ever gonna see, like, your villagers, the people that live on your island, just, like, going for dives as well, or just swimming about. I mean, I guess you can invite people over, obviously, but, like, you know. What about the other people that live here? Yo, it's a sea star. It's Patrick. So I've hit the top edge of the swimmable area here. How come they don't let you swim any further, huh? What if I just want to enter international waters and commit crimes at sea, huh? Nobody's gonna hold me accountable for them. So there you go. Come on, Nintendo. I wish to commit war crimes in international waters. There's another scallop right there. I don't know if this is faster than just tapping. No, tapping A is definitely faster than doing it any other way. Exactly, swim to another island, loot it, and kill everybody that lives there. And then claim the resources as your own. It's that easy. Wait, there's a sea urchin? Yo. Dude, I'm knocking out all this shit right now, instantly. Can I just climb back up here? I guess I have to be near actual sandy shores. Which is gonna be tough because I'm at the back end of my island. There's only one shore that I could go to if I wanted to get out of the water. I don't mind staying in here for a bit longer. I mean, there's shit for me to collect. Obviously, I'll stay here. You know I will. It's another Patrick. Or it's also something that you shouldn't grab barehanded. I mean, surely if you're very, very careful, you could definitely grab them with your bare hands, right? You just have to be very... Oh, there's something out here. You just have to be very careful. But, you know. Can probably do it. I mean, obviously I probably wouldn't want to do it myself. I mean, IRL, I can't even swim. You know, this village is already not an accurate representation of myself. Technically, I'm not allowed to participate in this event because I can't actually swim. Or whatsoever, I've never swum in my life. I don't know if I can swim. Maybe if, you know, it came down to it in a pinch, I could do it. As far as I know, I can't. Garden eel? Interesting. Can I just take off my... Oh, you can't do anything in your inventory? Interesting how you can access your phone in the water, though. Dude doesn't care, he just... Like, this is a waterproof phone, apparently. It just chills underwater. So we got sea urchin. We got sea star. We got a scallop. And we also got whatever the hell this thing is. Cool. Let's keep going. Let's do like a trip around the entire island, because this is apparently very slow to swim. I wonder how many lawsuits Nintendo is going to get just from the swimming minigame. Why would they get lawsuits? What for? That's the real question. What would they get lawsuits for? What atrocities did they commit? I've already caught 10 different things. Hey people, Seth here. I did watch the new Seth video. It's pretty good. I mean, it's every Seth video is pretty good, so nothing out of the ordinary there. You know? What the fuck is this? A sea anemone? How do you say anemone? Right? You say anemone? That's how you pronounce these? Sea anemone? It's a tough word to say. It's like a tongue twister almost. I've never actually seen one of those. I didn't know they could look like that. I mean, oh, this is made up, but yeah. My child saw a character pick up jellyfish with bare hands and then tried it IRL and died. Why did I press the dive button again? I meant to press the A button so I could collect whatever's down here. It's just a fucking jellyfish. I think that wouldn't be I mean, maybe that would be a lawsuit in America, because in America you can get sued for, like, you know, people can do class action lawsuits for literally anything because Americans are fucking stupid. Remember that one time they managed to sue Red Bull for, like, the whole, like, oh, you know, it gives you wings thing, and then people didn't actually grow wings when drinking it and all that shit? Apparently they got sued for that a while ago. I'll do a full round trip of my island's waters here and see how much stuff I can collect just doing that. We've gotten only a small amount of duplicates thus far. I mean, I could stay out here until my inventory is full, I guess. Got 11 more slots, so it's also worth, but yeah. Yeah, there's also this guy suing Twitch, but that guy's, like, that's a joke. That's an obvious joke. Well, I won't be able to catch this balloon, that's for sure. Let's just grab whatever this is. Another sea urchin. Wasn't even urchin for it. Aha, I get it. I could wait on land for that balloon to come over, but honestly, I don't care. Also, I think it's going the other way anyway, so it is. Right, because it's past 7 PM, so they come from the left side now. Sea pineapple. Sea pineapple. What else do I have in the Critterpedia to get rid of right now? The sea anemone, the whelk, it's just a sea snail, and the pineapple as well. Cool. Oh, there's more shit up here. There's an American lawsuit right there. I mean, yeah. It is a hilarious lawsuit, though. The dude that's trying to sue Twitch for, you know, being exposed to female streamers and all that shit. It is kind of funny. It's a good shitpost. It's a god-tier shitpost, honestly, because the dude's, like, actually written up a whole, like, 130-page document, you know, for the lawsuit and all that, which is quite something. There are indeed pineapples under the sea. I didn't know either. You know what the fun thing is? This counts as the deep sea, according to the game. Whenever I'm diving here. Like, I'm diving down by, like, you know, what's this, like, 5 or 10 meters, maybe? It's certainly not that deep. If you can dive down that quickly, you know. It can't be that deep. And, yeah, what is that? That's something new. Slate pencil urchin. Alright. And this is kind of like deep sea creatures. You've read through half of it. Why would you subject yourself to that? I skimmed through it, obviously, because I was like, there's no way this is real. And then I looked at some of it and I was like, no, this is absolutely real. This is like 130 pages. So yeah, you know. But it is quite so the real deal. He puts on a lot of examples. There's a lot of like screenshots of, you know, female Twitch streamers in remotely suggestive clothing or anything like that. It's a fun read, at least in parts of it, absolutely. But goddamn, the man has gone to lengths just for another shitpost. You gotta give it to him. I'm getting a lot of duplicates now. I feel like I might have tapped out on what I can get at this time of day. I know, I looked at the wiki for a bit for this stuff, because people have already put some info about the stuff on the wiki, even though the update came out today. And there's a few things that only appear after 9 PM, so we'll go for a dive again later. But I guess I've probably tapped out on the stuff I can find currently at this time of day, at this time of year. Because there's probably seasonality to all this stuff. Considering how many duplicates I'm getting, and also the fact that my inventory is almost full. I can catch 3 more things, so I'll grab 3 more things. And then my inventory's full anyway. And then I guess I'll just, go fuck myself. It also appears that you don't actually need the snorkel to go diving, which is actually great. I appreciate that a whole lot. Come back here. Another mussel. Of course. They really don't let you swim far. They really don't. Let's complete the round around. If I go to the left here, there should be stuff to find. And then I'll be back to where I started anyway. That's a lot of bubbles coming up from that one. What do we have? More seaweed. And I guess it does create oxygen. It's a plant, but still. What do we have over here? More sea grapes. They really just do look like grapes. That's my beach over there. Got any grapes? I get the reference. I get the reference. I get it. One more thing. There it is. This is the last thing I can pick up in this swimming session, so let's take a look. It's probably just another jellyfish or something. Actually, it's pretty big. Yeah, it's something new. It's a crab! It's a crab! Ah, can't carry anything else? Alright, we'll swap it. I thought my inventory wasn't full yet. I guess I'll swap it with something I've got duplicates of, like seaweed. There you go. Just throw it back in the water. Okay, I gotta catch more crabs. I've been catching turtles like crazy and putting them all over the place. And I gotta do the same thing with crabs. Can I go diving below the pier? Or is this just... I feel like this area below the pier wasn't modeled before. They just modeled it now. That there's, you know, people actually gonna be looking there. Let's head back out of the water. There you go. Let's bring some shit to the museum, bro. Also, for the love of God, let's wear these so I don't have to wear that snorkel. And also have some inventory space. Pick W? I'm disgusting? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm going to actually donate every single one of these individually. Oh, I found a secret. There you go. I'll do every one of these individually just so I can know what the hell he's talking about. Of course, I will give this to you. Give me some interesting facts about scallops. I would love nothing more. The scallop. It just goes to show you can't keep good laid down. Is that what that said? Did I just have a stroke reading that? I mean, I should have probably not clicked past the dialogue before reading it, but whatever. While most members of the family are known for staying put, the scallop is a nimble fellow indeed. When a hungry sea star approaches, the scallop can swim away by clapping its shells together. What does a scallop know when a predator approaches? Oh, well, that is 200 eyes to see with. Interesting. Interesting. I tend to skip over this dialogue a lot, but, you know, now that there's new stuff, I'll actually read through it. Yeah, I've got a lot more for you. Don't worry about it, Blathers. Make a donation. Hey, that email, you mean the I'm stupid version or the normal version of it? Let's look at the sea star. What do you have to tell me about a sea star? Tell me about it. The sea star may appear to have 5 feet, but those are in fact its arms. And though 5-armed sea stars are the most common, there are species with 20 or even 40 arms. A fascinating appendage facts do not end there. You see, upon each sea star's arm sprout many dozen of tiny feet. Yo, this must be like Dan Schneider's fucking wet dream. A sea star. They use these suction-cupped feet, not just to move about, but to grab hold of dinner guests as well. It should be noted that when a sea star loses an arm, it can grow it back. A severed sea star arm can sometimes grow an entire sea star body back. What the fuck? How are you supposed to kill these things then? How are you supposed to kill these things? Imagine a giant sea star attacks you and you try cutting off its arms. It just grows them back and the arms you cut off grow into more sea stars. What the fuck? What would you do? Excuse me? The moon jellyfish, what's not to love about the pretty floating flower of the sea? I suppose its tentacles do give a sting when touched, but it's only a mild thing to the likes of us. Other creatures may not be so fond of its translucent beauty, though who can blame them, really? Moon jellyfish have stinging cells called... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. Cnidocytes? Cnidocytes? Cnidocytes, that's probably how you say that. They kill fish and other small critters that float by. And they use their oral arms to pull these morsels into their mouths and stomachs. Indeed, one need to observe the moon jellyfish to see how brutal and beautiful nature can be. Interesting. Interesting. What else do you have to tell me, Blabbers? I have a lot more to offer you. Let's continue with sea grapes. Some sea grapes. Tell me about them. Sea grapes are marine algae that looks much like their landlocked namesake. I mean, yeah, that is very true. That is, they are green pearl-like orbs that cluster tightly along underwater vines. And sea grapes, like regular grapes, are a popular snack food too, albeit of the salter variety. Fans of the briny delicacy, I can't talk. Enjoy the way the shiny pearls pop when chewed. It makes one wonder whether sea grape juice might have some appeal. Would leave the drinker with sour grapes, I suppose. Nice joke, Blathers. I didn't laugh, but it was pretty nice. Tell me about mussels. Tell me about my mussel. Did you know the mussel has a beard? It's true, virtually true anyway. Mussels have a special gland that secretes a thing called byssus, or byssal thread. They use these tough, beard-like fibers to anchor themselves to rocks and keep themselves in place. So you see, the mussel's beard is functional rather than merely stylish. Then again, perhaps all beards should be this way. I didn't know that. That's actually an interesting piece of trivia. Thank you, Blathers. I can't believe I'm actually learning something by playing a video game. Would you believe it? I certainly wouldn't. Tell me something about my Gazami crab, please. The Gazami crab may be better known for its more descriptive name, the Japanese blue crab. It gets its name from the blue tint sometimes found on its shell and legs. Its paddle-like rear legs are what help it swim freely and quickly through the water. Of course, this Gazami crab could swim quickly enough to get away from you. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? Just display it in a museum so I can look at it whenever I please. That's all you have to do, Blathers. Also tell me about acorn barnacles. Tell me something about acorn barnacles, please. Please tell me. No mistake the acorn barnacle for the relative of the clam. For a relative of the clam. Mollusks, they are not. Barnacles are cousins to crabs and lobsters, you see, though the family resemblance is hard to spot. Acorn barnacles may also seem to have a stationary life, what with being attached to rocks and such, but truth be told, baby barnacles are avid travelers, drifting shellless about the sea before settling down. Once they find a good rock to affix themselves to, they float free no more. Which begs the question, do adult acorn barnacles ever look out across the open sea and long for youthful adventure once more? Dude, I'm learning so much. I had no idea that barnacles were basically just crabs. I didn't know that. Tell me about sea urchins, dude. Tell me how I shouldn't touch this with my bare hands. Yet I did, for some reason. The sea urchin, the unabashed goth of the ocean floor. Unabashed goth. Alright. Indeed, with its mane of dark-hued spikes, it looks for all the world as if it might front a punk rock band. Is this true? I confirm I had barnacle classes in college. Yo. Perhaps its more demure relatives, the sea cucumber and the sea star, disapprove of its outlandish look. Would certainly explain why sea stars gobble up sea urchins every chance they get. Nor not for our spiky friend, its venomous spines are an effective deterrent to many a predator. There are its sticky tube feet, which it uses to maneuver out of harm's way. Tube feet, I say. What will this salty rebel think of me? I'm not gonna lie, I used to think that, given the name as well, sea urchins were actually like plants. They were like, coral, or like plants of some kind. Turns out they're just animals. Really weird animals. What about seaweed? What interesting things can you tell me about seaweed, Blathers? Let me see. What kind of seaweed facts do you have for me? That seaweed is a misnomer in the highest order. It is not a noxious weed so much as it is a marine algae most beneficial to life on land and sea. Seaweed, you see, provides essential habitat and food for all manner of marine creatures, and it creates a great deal of oxygen we landlubbers love to breathe too. I can't help but shudder when the slimy stuff touches my toes during a swim. Dude, that does remind me. One time when I was like very little, when I was a kid, I was like 3 years old or whatever. Our family went on like a holiday trip to the Mediterranean in Italy, the Mediterranean Sea. And like I barely remember anything about the trip because I was literally like 3 years old, right, or 4 years old. I don't even remember when it was, right? And all I remember, like one thing I specifically remember about this trip, is how I walked out into the ocean with my brother. Like he was holding me by my hand. And like there was so much fucking seaweed and algae on the floor that was just constantly getting stuck in my feet. And that's like literally the only thing I remember about that trip. It's like those like 2 minutes that I was walking out in like, like knee-deep water in the Mediterranean Sea with my brother, and getting seaweed stuck between my legs. That's literally the only thing I remember of that trip. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that is the most memorable thing about that trip, but who knows? The spotted garden eel, though, is a small eel-shaped fish that loves to burrow in the sandy ocean floor. These silly things are known for popping their heads out of the sand to nibble on plankton drifting by. Some say this makes them look like plants sprouting in a garden, hence the name spotted garden eel. But I think they look more like prairie dogs peeking out of the desert hidey holes. Prairie eels. That's a lovely ring, don't you think? I don't know about you, Blathers, but shouldn't you like... What am I paying you for anyway? Are you even getting paid? Is like the taxpayer money like paying for this museum? Are you getting paid to make puns? Tell me about sea pineapples. I'm actually interested as to what the fuck this thing is. Turn to the gawk as you look upon the sea pineapple. Its peculiar look is simply one of nature's many jokes. Although it may look like a half-rotten hunk of fruit, the sea pineapple is no plant, shellfish, or even sea slug. It's a tunicate, a fancy name for a shallow water filter feeder with taste for plankton. It should be noted that the sea pineapple looks like a tadpole when it's young and can still swim about. Alas, its youthful cuteness wears off once it attaches itself for good to a rock. Let's put the insults aside. Sea pineapples are full of water, you see, and I fear we're asking for a squirt in the eye. Fucking ocean creatures are fucking strange, dude. They're fucking weird, okay? Like sea anemone. Look at these. Look at these. What the fuck is this? Why does it look like that? Yeah, this dude probably waits taxes. You're not wrong. Tell me about it. Medusa herself would be most impressed by the sea anemone. This pretty predator loves to wave its colorful flowing locks about, but those gorgeous tresses are in fact deadly tentacles surrounding a hungry mouth. Triggered by the slightest touch, these tentacles harpoon victims with neurotoxin. The sea anemone then pulls the helpless, hapless prey into its mouth for a spot of lunch. This will be a lesson: never ever make an enemy out of an anemone. And I grabbed it barehanded. I cannot believe. You don't need to pay taxes if The papers say you aren't making money. True. True. What about the sea snail here? Tell me about this whelk. Whelks are sea snails that migrate from deep water to shallow water when the weather changes. Avid carnivores, they feed on worms, crustaceans, and mollusks. In fact, these willy snails have been known to use their own shells to pry open the shell of their victims. They then use a rough tongue-like organ with thousands of tiny teeth to lick their victims' shells clean. You might want to put that image out of your mind when it's your turn to dine. Interesting way of consuming prey, though. Alright, we've got one more thing. And that is the slate pencil urchin, my bad. Can't read, apparently. Tell me about the slate pencil urchin, Blabbers. What do you have to say? Slate pencil urchins are a type of sea urchin topped with thick, rounded spines that resemble sticks of chalk. These urchins' spines protect them not only from predators, but from violent waves as well. Found in coral reefs, they're usually bright red, brown, or purple in color. For all those bright colors, one would think the slate pencil urchin to be quite deadly. But all those pretty colors, it seems, are just a pretty show. Interesting how this is also called an urchin, yet it's not like the sea urchin. It doesn't have like fucking venomous spines that try to impale everything. Let me just clear up my inventory real quick. And then we'll take a look around the museum and see where these things actually end up. And also just take a look around the museum in general, because, I mean, there have been like 20 new bugs this month that I caught and put into the museum. You know? I wanna take a better look at all of those as well. First, let's sell all this shit. Because for some reason, these little fucking raccoons just buy anything you give them. Like, they don't care. These guys will buy literally anything. They'll give you money for it. Sometimes they give you a good amount of money. Sometimes they give you none. But, you know. I'll just give them some garbage that I dug off the ocean floor, really. And see how much they give me. 15 grand for just going diving for like 5 minutes? That's not bad. It's decent. It is weird to think that the urchins are animals. Alright, let me dump off the snorkel because apparently you don't need it. Like, the only thing you need to swim is actually just a swimsuit. And it goes over your normal clothing, which means it doesn't even take up much space. Like, you don't have to get changed or anything, right? Which is pretty nice. So I'll just dump the snorkel back into my storage. Not worry about it. And then we'll take a look around. At least animal-like animals ever. Yeah, they're up there. They're definitely up there. It's like this weird thing, you know, you just imagine most of the time they're probably like, oh, they're just like plants or something, right? But then it is weird. Like, even in nature, the main two groups you have are flora and fauna, right? You've got like animals of all kinds, mammals, reptiles, etc., etc., and then you've got plants. And then you learn that, oh, mushrooms, yeah, mushrooms aren't really a plant or an animal, there's something in between, you know, funguses, and then you're like, what the fuck? Mushrooms is something weird? Okay. And then you learn, obviously, about bacteria and, like, you know, small cellular life. You're like, okay, well, yeah, but does that really count as life? I don't know. I guess it does to an extent, but it's nothing really special. Let's look at bugs first. I doubt there's going to be anything over here, but yeah. And then, you know, there's viruses that aren't even alive, exactly. They just infect other cells and then have those cells reproduce themselves. I also, like, something I really like about the bug section of this museum, or, like, the fish section as well, but more so the bug section, is that it actually changes from day to night. Like, now it's considered nighttime. For instance, you can't see a wasp sitting outside of that wasp nest anymore because it's nighttime. During the daytime, all these cicadas over here just make a ton of fucking noise. And I love the sounds cicadas make, by the way. They're fucking cool. But, these obviously aren't making any sounds anymore now, because it's nighttime. Window prawns? I have absolutely no idea what they are. These are just those bugs, nothing new there. So the cool thing as well is because I've caught so many beetles now over the past few days, right? Obviously you've got a few things sticking around here, and there's nothing new really here. Rainbow stag was last month. That guy always sits there, no problem. Got some fireflies just chilling. The guys that hate it in the US apparently just because of that noise. I love the sounds they make, dude. They're proteins that can self-replicate, I see. And then, like, here's the interesting thing, right? So, normally when I inspect this, you see, okay, there's a violent beetle, and now it should move towards the horned elephant, which is normally sitting on that tree on the left there, but it isn't right now because it's nighttime. During nighttime, a lot of these beetles that you normally have chilling around these trees in the top area here and stuff, they just move, and like they have like a fucking Fight Club area in the top right of this area. The Goliath beetle is also over there. Then over here you've got the Horned Atlas and the Horned Hercules, as well as the Giraffe stack and the Cyclomatus stack, both of which, again, are just going to a completely different area. You've got some dragonflies just chilling in the water here, which is also interesting, obviously. And then the same thing happens down here as well, right? You got some beetles that just chill here. The stag that chills there. And then a few more that chill here, like the San Miyama stags. You got a drone beetle here. The Horned Dynastid. Yeah, that shit's up there in the Fight Club. Great Purple Emperor, that guy's just chilling. You got the bagworm, the wasp, which is supposed to be on the nest. You got the little dung beetle down there. You got a few more things here, like this beetle, scarab beetle up there, and then up here you've got a moth. And the golden stag, which again, is up in the Fight Club. Because they're all just chilling on this giant tree here. And it's random which one of these two beetles are going to be fighting. But like, this is where they are. And the wasp also chills over here now. You know, just having a cool time. But like these, it's always these, and then one of them always loses, usually the bottom one, and just goes away. So you've got the Goliath beetle and all the stags and shit. They're just fighting here. The Dynastid, I think that was the one that just lost there, beaten by the golden beetle, and they're just chilling here at night. It's a really cool detail. Obviously got a spider chilling up there as well, and that's about it. It's a really neat little detail. Also, the first rule of the Beetle Fight Club is to not talk about it. Very true. And then obviously you've got this back area. You've got the roaches and the hermit crab. The crab only comes out at night, for instance. You've got all the rejects back here, you know, like mosquitoes, fleas, paper kite butterflies for some reason, and flies. And something else that's going to go into this container. I don't know what goes in there yet. You've got a locust, some ants, another cicada shell down there as well. And over here you've got a grasshopper. I think during the night he just chills over there. I think he's supposed to make noise, but I don't hear anything. It's kind of unfortunate. And then a cricket down there as well. Obviously you've got the tarantula that comes out at night, as well as the scorpion. During the day they just hide as well. It's like the bugs change a lot during the night and day. That's really cool. Got walking stick and walking leaf. Kind of just chilling there. Little mantis in there, and then obviously the pillbug centipede and the moth that also flies around during the night. Really cool. And then obviously here's the best room in the entire museum, in my opinion. By far. Especially during the day, obviously. During the night, most of the butterflies are obviously just chilling, as you can see. But you got a whole load of butterflies and shit. Just chilling, doing stuff. Peacock butterfly, tiger butterfly, Queen Alexandria's birdwing, common butterfly, the yellow butterfly, the emperor butterfly. They're all just chilling around. Blue bottle, Agria's butterfly. You also got a ladybug and a snail that just chilling here. And you got a frog that chills in the fountain. Because of course you do, right? You got a little frog there. It's little details like that. I fucking love the museum. It's actually like the one reason I still play this game is just fill out the museum. I mean, it's gonna take me until the end of the year, if I don't time skip, that is. But you know what? I'm totally cool with it. I filled out the fossil section entirely, by the way. It's actually kind of boring compared to the other sections. Naturally, the fish are also real cool. And there's not much missing here as well. I gotta knock these out real quick. Let's take a look where all these things. I mean, they're sea creatures, so they're probably not going to be in this first area. But yeah, how about the art section? That just takes ages to fill out, but it's kind of interesting, I guess. We got the tiny fish in this tank, like that one, And then the nibble fish up there, and you got a rainbow fish chilling down there, and the angel fish. And then next to it, you've also got the killifish. And then obviously a goldfish, popeye goldfish, and ranchu goldfish, as well as a guppy. It's a little purple one there. You got one of the best fish tanks because you got tadpoles and a frog just chilling. It's got a bitterling, which is currently hidden by me. There you go. There he is, the little guy. A loach back there. You got a catfish just chilling on the floor. Over here, you've got a bluegill and a black bass. You've got a carp, a koi, a beautiful fish. And over here, you've got a crawfish just chilling down there. Giant snakehead. A gar, which is just another big old fish that's just swimming about there. And a snapping turtle, baby! Look at that boy! Look at him! My son! He's just chilling, just having a good time. Just vibing. Ah, oh, beautiful. This tank is also kind of cool. You get a piranha. However you say the second word of this one, saddled bichir. A dorado. Good old golden fish. Now look what happens when I'm near the glacier and the piranha comes close. It tries to bite me. And if I move away, it continues swimming along its path. And if I go close to a glass again, it tries to bite me. And it breaks it a little bit, but you know, that's fine. You also got those weird big fish. Got a golden trout, a cherry salmon, and a char. What else do we have here? This section's pretty filled. Freshwater goby, yellow perch, sweet fish, crucian carp, pale chub, tilapia, stringfish, dace, sturgeon. Cool. Let's see what we have over here. Yeah, this place is alright. I've filled in a lot more here. So obviously we've got the seahorse and the pufferfish. And normal here. We've also got a hammerhead shark. Because this dude's just... He looks goofy as fuck, obviously, but he's just chilling in here, you know, just having a good time. But then this sign is new, and you can examine seaweed, the barnacles, sea star. Alright, cool. And over here you've got the squid, which I'm currently blocking, and that's the only thing I can look at here right now. There you go, there's a squid right there. With this one, you've got a red snapper, the funny named fish, a saw shark that's just chilling on the ground, a flounder just chilling back there, and then you've got the sea pineapple, you've got the crab, just kind of floating about up here, paddling away. And then over here, you've got the zebra turkey fish, which is just a hilarious name for a fish. There it is. Hiding away. Barred knifejaw. Some sea bass. That's about it. They finally put something else in this tank, because this tank used to only have sea butterflies in it. But now if you go to the one next to it, you can also see that there's a scallop, and a sea urchin, and also the whelk. That's kind of cool. And then this probably has more stuff in as well, because I saw a lot of new signs appear here, yeah. Because you only used to have, I believe, this sign. So you could look at it. Oh, look, there's a clownfish. There's a surgeonfish. There's a butterfly fish. And there's a ribbon eel. And there's whatever the fuck this thing is! And then you've got, like, oh, look that. There's sea anemone and a mussel up there. This is like the coral reef area, you know? It makes sense that most of these things would be here. Spotted garden eel. Late pencil urchin, and then got the sea grapes there as well. He really conquered that fish tank. What the fuck is this? Look at this fucking thing, dude. It's still not as weird of a fish as the sunfish, because that shit is an abomination. Oh, the jellyfish. I was wondering what this glass thing was for. This wasn't here. Like, this was always here, but it was unfilled, I think. Now there's like a jellyfish tank that you can walk. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I knew there had to be something that goes in here at some point. I guess the jellyfish end up in here. That's kind of cool. There must be more jellyfish as well. There must be more types of jellyfish, surely. Give some little bit of contrast to that. That'd be cool. Let's see if there's anything else. There should be a few more things that I collected, I think, that could end up in here somewhere. We'll have to see, though. First of all, take a big look at all these sharks I caught, huh? I got this fish, which was a pain to catch. As you can tell, it took me 13 days. I started trying May 1st, and it took me 13 days to catch this fish. Anchovies, obviously. Blue marlin. Tuna. Giant trevally. This one only took 4 days, as you can tell. I caught like 7 of this one before I caught a mahi-mahi. Which is strange, because they're supposed to be equally as rare. But, you know. I'm glad I finally got one. Now we got a whale shark, just a giant fucking shark. Chilling with some sucker fish up there. Speaking of, there's a sucker fish. We also got a horse mackerel. We got this I don't even know how, like, nature, how does this thing even live? How does this thing live? Look at it. It's hideous. It must be in constant pain. You also got a great white shark, chilling with some suckerfish, obviously. Nothing new there. And then we've got the tank down here. Maybe anything new down here? Oh, it looks like there is. Yeah, there's some new signs here. I see these new signs. So first of all, we got the fish. Naturally, we got the barrel eye, the oarfish, the football fish, and the coelacanth. Apparently, I wasn't far enough. Where'd you put the sharks with the small fish? I don't know. But there's stuff that's gonna go down here. But I just haven't found any of it yet. That's cool, yeah, because this tank always seemed a little empty as well. Like, I was like, only these 4 fish in here? That seems a little empty. You know, there's like a lot of space in here. Only these 4 fish? That's kind of strange. Turns out, with these new signs, like those right there, and those over here, there's at least 7 more things that go in here. Which is pretty nice. It's all deep sea creatures, naturally. Exactly, where will all the plastic bottles go that I'm gonna inevitably find while diving? What's the deal with those, huh? Nintendo? I thought you were so adamant about realistic representation of the ocean. Flabbers probably feeds the sharks regularly. Let's look at the art section first, because I haven't actually been in here in approximately 2 months. Because I get like Red shows up on my island like once every 2 weeks, and I buy a single thing off of him. So, you know, there's not much. We've got the Venus de Milo right here. Alright, it gives you a little bit of stuff that I've never actually read. The statue of the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Venus was found on the islands of Milos. Interesting. And over here we've got whatever the hell this is. Ancient fucking statue, alright. Got something that's gonna go in there as well. And where's the ship oil leak? Over here we've got a nice painting. The Pfeiffer. Lots and lots of info if you're into art, I guess. Sinking painting. Ophelia. Associate with Hamlet. Seems about right. Still a lot of space back here. There's a lot of art that you can collect. We've got the quaint painting, aka the Milkmaid. Beautiful. And then we've got another area over to the left here, where I have the Vitruvian Man, obviously. And also whatever the hell this is. Summer, by Giuseppe Archimboldo. Sure. Yeah, I probably won't go back into this section until I filled it in entirely, to be honest. It's not much there, you know? If you're into art, it's cool, I guess. It's gonna take approximately 2 years for Red to show up frequently enough so I can actually buy all the paintings off of him, but you know. I can imagine how bad it's going to be towards the end. And then we've also got fossils. I was like, I only really completed a lot of these like very recently. I wonder which one was the most recent one I donated. It was March 30th, March 24th, March 24th, May 17th, so that was pretty recent. March 24th on that one. April 3rd. Okay, those are pretty old. Those have been around for ages. And I guess on these, it doesn't really tell you when you donated them, because they're just, you know, just a full thing. So we've got, I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of these. We got like some water dinosaurs, I guess. And we've got some airborne ones. Can you believe that chickens are related to these? It's crazy to think about. Stegosaurus. Ankylosaurus. Iguanodon. Parasaurolophus. We've also got, whatever this is, and Triceratops. It's weird how all the famous dinosaurs are the ones that are easy to pronounce, huh? Crazy. Spinosaurus, that's easy to say. That's a pile of shit. That's a T-Rex, you know? Everybody knows a T-Rex. Probably the most famous fucking dinosaur ever. We've also got, whatever this little thing is here. Look at this. What the fuck is this? Tell me this was a dinosaur? God damn. What about the B-Rex? Is that a reference to streamer B-Rex? Come on, dude. You can't sneak that one by me. This section has been filled for me for like the longest time. I had this filled in like a week into playing this game. For some reason, none of these fossils are extremely rare. Look, the joke is you stand right here, then the light turns on, and it's like, look, it's all these animals that like split off because it's like the mammal section. Right? They all split off, and like you all see them here and shit, and then you walk to the end, and you can be like, oh look, this is the human. You've got the monkey right here, and then you got the human right here, and you stand here as the. Isn't that funny? Like, what a fitting little interactive thing. Crazy, huh? Alright. That's the current state of the museum, huh? I really don't have a lot left to do. It's like last month was the month where there were like 15 new fish to catch. And I filled in a lot of the museum in terms of fish. And then this month filled in a lot of blanks in terms of bugs. And then overall there isn't much left. So it's interesting. So, we could go swim some more. There's probably still stuff to find. Apparently you can also dive from a cliff top, so let's fucking murder ourselves real quick. I really need to get rid of all these flowers. Like, here's the thing, right? With all these flowers, they started out as like a handful. Like, oh, I planted some flowers here, and I planted some leftover flowers over here and stuff like that, you know? I just plant, like, this used to be like 2 different tulips that I just planted down here. These orange pansies, or not pansies, cosmos, there used to be like 4 of these. It has, for the past 2 weeks, it has rained on my island. Every single day that I played. Like, at the time that I played. I didn't even play, like, very long for most of those days. It just happened to rain whenever I got online in the afternoon. And obviously, every single time, these flowers spread. There's too many of them. I cannot keep up with digging them all up and getting rid of them. I have to at some point, but there's just too many fucking flowers, dude. It's insane. There's just too many. It's ridiculous. I hate it. Oh yeah, Flick's on my island as well today. Apparently you can just dive in the water. I almost just hit the fucking rocks on the way down. Oh boy. Oh jeez. That could have been problematic. There you go, I got another jellyfish, I guess. Cool. It does show the map. Kinda helpful. Oh, hold on, there's something to catch over here. Gapieri beard? Dude, this is the only, like, full beard that you get in this game. In terms of beard options, you don't get a lot, dude. You get this, or you get, like, a goatee, or, like, 2 different types of mustaches. And that's it. So this is the closest one that is in the game that's to my real-life beard, so obviously I gotta go with this one. You know? I wonder if I can, like, hit the rocks. Like, can I dive off of here? No, they thought about that. What's, like, the closest I can dive off of it? Right here, I guess. It's close, though. That's a tough one, dude. I have the one GoPro video of that guy that looks like he's about to fucking dive but barely misses the rock into the water. Interesting. Got a neckbeard? Yo, that would be great. Then I wouldn't even have to shave to look like my Animal Crossing character. And by shave, I mean trim the neckbeard. Yo, they glow during the night. There's no real point to me swimming much right now, unless there's stuff I haven't found yet, obviously. I just don't know, really. For the, like, because obviously there's seasonal stuff and shit like that. But I know, I did check, I know that there's some things that show up after 9 PM. aka an hour from now. There might just be stuff that I haven't found yet at all, so... who knows? See that fish? It's gone. Another crab. I like that. I like having another crab. Hold on. I just got a genius idea. I've got a hilarious idea. It's the... hold on. Is this the right one? It's not the right. This is the right one.
It is now time for crab.
I like this video a lot. It is now time for crab. There you go. It was time for crab. I could have put it on my central monitor, but I can't see that one right now because Animal Crossing is on that one, so, you know. So much for that. I'm just checking if anybody's crafting right now. Fuck you, Apollo. I don't want to talk to you. Did you know that it's Apollo's birthday tomorrow? Like the dude's house I was just in, you know, the American bald eagle. His birthday is tomorrow, on July 4th. Huh, I wonder what they were thinking with that one. Truly, I can't imagine what reference that could be. Yo, Melba, what are you crafting? A peach qual. Cool. Thanks for nothing, I guess. American Day is so annoying usually. I don't know, I don't really care because I'm not American. Can I put down crab? Ah, it's in a tank. I was hoping it would be like the turtle. You know, I was hoping it would be like the turtle. It just chills on the ground. But it's in a tank. It's a little upsetting. Just a little, though. Any new types of clams that wash up? Not really. Nothing to care about there. Don't like Americans and their smoke fucking asses. Let them be happy about their country's origin, even if it is not particularly great. You know. Okay, what if I put the crab in the gym? Surely. This is a great idea. I didn't mean to show it off, I meant to place it down. Okay, you want to use the punching bag? First of all, you still can. Second of all, you gotta get past the crab. Actually, what if I put it next to it? Probably can, right? There you go. Oh, if I turn on the light, he starts swimming. Was it only because I touched it? It's only when I touch it, okay. That's cool. That's cool. My flower garden is looking pretty good as well. I'm only missing blue roses and purple windflowers. Yo, Lyman, what are you thinking about, bud? Nope. Yeah, the entire country is probably still on fire. It's not just Minnesota. Thanks for nothing, bud. Thanks for nothing. Hello. Hello, 8-bit Kit Kat. How's it going? I got a pyramid, by the way. No idea where to put that. Can you dive off of the rocks? You can. That's cool. I like that. I appreciate that. Maybe Nintendo isn't completely made up of cowards. Surely I can dive off of this here as well, right? Yeah. Very nice. You can find these mystery islands as well. Interestingly enough. Don't I already have one of these? I absolutely do. And now it's overwritten my custom hat. No, I can't have that, dude. Can't have that, dude. I gotta wear my glue hat. Much better. You know how I feel about your stupid shit, Lyman? That's how I feel about it. Peach Wall as well. Fuck that shit. It's going in the trash. I'm not dealing with it. I probably can't jump off these because... Well, no, I could jump off of here, right? There you go. Let's do some diving. I want to find more stuff. There's a new feature in the game, and I'm going to be spending 15 hours just doing exclusively this. I don't care if I find stuff that I already have. I don't care. There's stuff to grab. Oops, all jellyfish. The great thing about doing this is you don't need any tool to catch them, right? You don't have to worry about wasting durability or anything like that. Because it's not like you're using a fishing rod or a bug net or anything like that. You're just swimming and diving and grabbing crabs. So that's pretty nice. This is indubitably the best way of catching anything. That's just stuff I already have, dude. one type of crab in the entire ocean. There's probably different types of crabs, but again, they might be locked to different seasons, different months, or different times of day. Who knows? I don't know if there's a spider crab. All I know is that there's a lot of creatures because the Critterpedia has a lot of them. Another scallop. Like if you check here, right? Look how many there are. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8? 8 by 5. So there's 40 different creatures, and I found like what, 12? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've already lost count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I found 14. So, you know, I found like maybe a third of what there is within a single day. Obviously, that's somewhat impressive, but it's not like I'm gonna find more stuff, you know? What should I build in Minecraft? I don't know. What should you build in Minecraft? Build a giant crab, I don't know. See if that does anything for you. It is now time for crab. I should honestly just prepare that video on like a button. But then I'd be stealing Vinny's jokes, so should I really steal another more successful streamer's jokes? No, I shouldn't. You don't do that. You can do them once, and that's about it. Build a ton of holes that I keep falling in. So you were falling in the holes. Logic was wondering who was falling in his traps. Turns out it was Ninja Hulk. Give me this. It's just seaweed. The fourth is going to be spicy this year. Oh, I can imagine. The dirt maps in front of Neverpool got me. They got pretty much everyone, I think. Or they're gonna get everyone. They are nasty. They are also just devilish. When he was coming up, I thought he was pulling out like a fucking saxophone. Like the silhouette of that eel looked like a saxophone to me. I like a glance. I was like, oh yeah, this gotta be a musical instrument? A sea saxophone? God damn. This is new. A tiger prawn? Yo, so what's the difference between prawns and shrimps? Other than that, prawns are a little bit bigger, you know? Makes me think, what if we can get shrimp? Oh, you little shit, you're trying to escape from me, huh? Think you're hot shit? You can't escape me. Stupid urchin. I like the frequency of these things appearing as well. Very, very nice. More seaweed. Seaweed! Is it managing to move underwater like that? I don't know, dude. Maybe there's strong currents down there. You know? Doesn't really seem like this water is very wavy at all, but maybe there's strong underwater currents in near this island. You never know. Something else back there. I see the bubbles. I'll look at my Nook Miles in a minute. Gotta grab this. Got a prawn here. See, this only shows up after 5 p.m. in July. And we're like in these months, June, July, August, and September. It's a lot more limited. I'm guessing the final step of this is going to be like catch 1,000 things underwater, and then this one's going to be fill out your Critterpedia, so you know, 40 things in total. Crazy thing that they just have like these waterproof phones, dude. I might have gone a little bit too far. There you go. Might have dove a little bit too late. I got some sea grapes. Yo, look at those bubbles, baby. You know what's interesting to me? Where the hell did this otter guy even come from? He doesn't live on my island. I just, like, you know, dove and found a scallop, and he just showed up and was like, yo, bro, you want to give that to me? I was like, I guess. Yo, what's this? Abalone. I see why he says that he wants a sandwich. That's a nice pun. There's something else up here. Like, where does he come from? You know? It's not like he lives on this island. Like, clearly the water is roped off, so you're not supposed to be able to go out. So, clearly, like, did he just, like, jump the fence? Did he enter from international waters? He's not allowed to be here. He has to enter through the airport. He has to enter through customs. What if he's trying to smuggle illegal goods into the island? You know? Or, like, I don't remember him coming to the island and living here, or, like, you know, visiting or something like that. What the hell's that all about? There's another balloon back there that I missed. Great way of knowing that when you're out in the water, on the right side of your island, you see a balloon. You know that there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You're not gonna grab that balloon ever. It's gone for good. Come on. Come on. Pardon me? There you go. It's just a sea snail. Yeah, the recipes he gives you, like, covered some weird sugar-like substance. Oh, what's this all about? Oh, Tom Nook really doesn't care about the security of his island. Interesting how that tiki torch is just burning over there. Just showing up like that. Can we also take a moment to appreciate the fact that you don't have to take off any of your clothes to go swimming? So my villager is just straight up out here swimming with socks and shoes on. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just go for like a casual little swim in the ocean here. And I won't take off my shoes or socks. And then I'll just walk out of the water and continue walking around like nothing ever happened. Go diving with the sunglasses on, with the hat on, and everything. Like, goddamn. Pluck that out of the fucking ground. You little shit. Well, well, well. In addition to Animal Crossing, it really proves the villager is a psychopath. It really does. I mean, he's only as much of a psychopath as the person playing. I guess if I was, you know, I could just take off the shoes manually and all that, but you'd think that they'd want to do that automatically. Come on now. How's my inventory looking? One more thing, and it's gonna be this thing up here, and then it's full. It's another saxophone. Let's head back to shore. Oh, you can jump off the pier. Yo. Like, you know, he's like instantly dry. He's just dry now. Just walk around. Like nothing ever happened. Fucking weird, dude. Fucking weird. It's a weird champ moment, dude. Lathers, tell me something about these creatures that I found, like this prawn. The Triger prawn is a hearty crustacean found in many places around the world. Named for the stripes of its exoskeleton, it molts out of this shell as it grows in size. If only I could acquire a larger home with such ease. But do you know what I find even more fascinating? The tiger prawn's legs. It has 5 pairs of swimming legs, 5 pairs of walking legs, and 3 pairs of limbs to eat with. How does not trip over its own 27 feet? 26. My bad. 7 sounded right in my head. Can we just, like, rename the number 6 to 7? And then, you know, I guess rename 7 to 6. That'd be fine. Or just call both 7. You know, we can still see them. We can still read the number, just like, you know, when you say it. What if we just call them, like, small 7 and big 7? There you go. Then you know what we're talking about, you know? The abalone is a most deceptive sea snail. After seeing its dull brown shell from the outside, one would think it is quite plain. But take a gander inside and you'll see that the abalone's home is a shimmering beauty to behold. The inner layer of the shell is made up of nacre, or mother of pearl. And what a dazzling, iridescent whatever, I didn't read. Let's be a lesson, you mustn't judge a sea snail by the outside of its shell. Judge it by the inside of its shell instead. Alright. Let's see where these end up in the museum, I'm curious. I'm curious where these end up. I want to know. I wish to know. I mean, obviously in this section, right? Yeah, obviously in this section. Have to be. This one's seaweed, barnacle, sea star, and now the abalone. And then over here you've got... the other thing is probably up here, right? The other thing I got? I forgot what it was already. What did I just donate? The prawn, there it is, yeah, the prawn. There you go, that's what it was. Good to know. Good to know. I have to check. What else can I catch at this time? Maybe there's more stuff for me to catch that I just haven't found yet. Let me take a quick look. So things available in July. I've gotten all of that. There's sea slugs. Those are still available, yep. There's pearl oysters. There's giant clams. Octopuses. Vampire squid. Available now, yeah, okay. There is indeed more crabs to find. None of which are currently in season though. And then there's a mantis shrimp I can find, apparently. There could be lobsters. After 9 p.m. I can find a giant isopod. And then there's also another crab, and that's about it. Okay, so I should definitely continue diving. Yeah, like the isopod and the horseshoe crab are both available after 9 p.m. But then there's a few things that I can still get. Potentially a lobster. People aren't sure whether or not that's in season, but I can get a shrimp. I can get potentially a spider crab. People aren't sure if that's in season. And I can get some squids and an octopus and some clams. So yeah, I should definitely continue diving. Until I found everything I can find at this point of the year, because obviously that seems reasonable. I mean, I'll be diving past 9 p.m. anyway, because there's, you know, an isopod. I want that fucking isopod, dude. I really, really want that. Should probably sell off my inventory right now, though. Minecraft is it's very calming, yeah. Same thing with this game, really. This game is also very, very calming. It's like a nice game to just play, like, if you want to pass the time, you don't really have anything better to do, right? Like, you have a stream maybe open for background noise or something. You just want to pass time, not having to think about anything or worry about anything for a while. It's pretty nice. How much money am I getting off of this diving trip? Not bad, actually. Almost 30 grand off of diving for, like, you know, just an inventory's worth. Not that bad. Not that bad. Let me just dump this money off. And I might as well dump off these seashells I picked up as well. Still weird to me how you can only dump money at the ATM here. I mean, it makes sense, it's an ATM, but, you know. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to only do 90k. Doesn't really matter, because I'll probably get more from just selling stuff, but yeah. Might. Random music everywhere in my map as well. Got so many random radios playing God knows what. Put in storage. Goodbye. Yes, I leave my TV and radio on at all times at home. See if I care. Bitch. Off we go. I gotta say, the water in this game also looks shockingly good. Considering the simplistic art style and graphics of this game, the water actually looks surprisingly realistic. Which is, unexpected. Yeah, was that no prawn? Yo. It's a prawn, dude. It really is a nice game to just shut off your brain with, not worry about anything in the world for a while. What an ugly creature that is, though. God damn. Can't wait for Optifine. Bro! Neither can I. It'll make playing Minecraft a lot more fun, that's for sure. I don't necessarily need the FPS, you know, I'm fine with the... My PC is good enough to run the game normally. But the, I just want the shaders. Even though, yeah, running the game with shaders, oh, your FPS are gonna be like, 90% worse. Like, I don't care. I want the game to look good. It's surreal to me that, like, shaders are even something from Minecraft that are, like, as supported and, you know, used and shit. Anyway, it's crazy. Exactly, why would you ever need much frames in Minecraft anyway? Like, I would argue that Minecraft is still playable, very much playable, and, like, even just 20 FPS. But if you can have the game look fucking great with shaders, why wouldn't you, right? What do we have here? I have a scout. And there's another one. Wonder how many times Auto Dude, I already forgot his name, is gonna come around and give me recipes for scallops because, I mean, I'm sure as hell getting a lot of them. Something else back here. I saw it in the corner of my eye while I was diving for this one. Like, you can technically make out from the shadow size and the way these things move what you're actually diving for. But considering it's so dark now, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'll just pick up everything whenever I see it. It's not like, again, it's not like with bugs or with fish that I have to worry about durability or anything like that. The only thing I am wasting is my time. Which is not a big deal, because in this game, time is really not something you need to be too worried about. It's very hassle-free in that regard. This one's bubbling a lot. Aggressively bubbling. Yeah, seaweed, again, seems to always bubble very aggressively. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Yo, it's a squid. Oh, it's an octopus. How come you catch, like, the squid like a fish, but then you catch the octopus by diving? That's a little weird. And then there's, like, different types of squids that you can catch from diving as well. That's a little strange. Why is it like that, you know? I got an octopus. Oh, it's around all year? All time of the day? Doesn't matter, I still got it. If you can catch everything you can get in July tonight, that'd be cool. That's a nice, decent chunk of progress towards the museum and everything. What an endearing little game. What do we got here? More barnacles. Alright. Oh, someone's thinking about something. Hold on. Hey, Apollo. No, not Apollo. Pierce, what are you thinking about, bud? Let me just beach real quick. Like a whale. I can talk to you. What do you need? No, I didn't say that. Hey, Pierce. I have a gift for you. It's a utility sink. It looks familiar. And then he gives me clothing instead. Oh, it's like a... Right. It's like one of those. I've worn one of those before. I guess while I'm out of the water, I might as well go and put this octopus in the museum. That's a walking leaf. Look. There's a balloon up here. Let me just shoot this down. If you may. Underwater wall. Sure. I'll take it. Hey Blathers, you little shit. Got an octopus for you. Tell me more about it. With its 8 limbs, 3 hearts, and surprisingly big brain, the octopus is quite the wonder. It is also an escape artist like no other. You see, the octopus has specialized skin cells that can change color and texture with a lightning speed. Thus, it can look for all the world like a patch of seabed 1 minute and a pile of rocks the next. But the deception doesn't stop there. When attacked by a predator, the octopus releases a cloud of ink and makes its escape. You can call the octopus, what shall it be? The ninja of the deep? So, is it a misconception that squids create ink, or do they also, like, do octopodi, whatever, and squids, like, both do that? Do they both create ink? You know? And generally, like, where's the actual difference between a squid and an octopus? Is it just the amount of arms? Octopuses have, you know, like 8 limbs and stuff, but he's chilling back there. Probably if I interact with this one. There he is. Just chilling. Now look at the squid over here. I mean, this guy has like a few legs. He's more of a swimmer, obviously. Kind of strange. Yeah, I've got a hammerhead shark just chilling in here. I also got a saw shark down here. He's swimming around now because it's late enough. He starts swimming around past, I think, 8 p.m. Starts swimming around, so there you go. There he is, just swimming. You know what else I have? You wouldn't believe it. But I have 2 more sharks. I don't think they're on this tank. Yeah, I gotta go to the other side. Hold on. I've also got a whale shark. It's just a giant ass shark right here. Or whale, or whatever this is. I don't really know. I guess it's a shark, right? Because whales have like the horizontal back fin and the on the tail fin, and like sharks have the vertical one. So this is actually a shark. And then we've also got the sunfish, and then we got the great white shark right here. And that's how I always used to remember, at least, like how you tell the difference between a shark and a whale, besides the existence of gills, naturally. And the hole in their back is that the sharks have like the vertical tail fin, and then whales have the horizontal one. There's an interesting piece of trivia as well. I've actually seen one of these sunfish before in real life. They are indeed absolutely massive. And such odd creatures. But I have seen one of those before in an aquarium. I believe it was when I was in Japan, actually. The Tokyo Aquarium, but specifically. But yeah, it's a very weird creature. And I at the time I didn't actually know what it was, obviously. And I was just like, what the fuck is this thing? Like, it was just a normal tank of fish, you know, just a bunch of like, oh, there's a bunch of, you know, anchovies and God knows what's swimming around in here. And then And the big top, there's just this giant fucking circle swimming around, just doing God knows what, vibing, chilling. Like, alright, bud. Giant circle just having a good time. Just hanging out. I want to sell, please. Please allow me to get rid of all of these garbage that I found on the ocean floor. Goodbye. Let's dump this piece of garbage Pierce gave me into storage. Actually, I think I probably already have one of these, don't I? Seems familiar. I think I already have one of these. Whatever. I probably have space in my storage, so I don't have to worry about it yet. I only have to really worry about it when storage gets full. Yo, femboy bed. Is that what you're interested in? The worst thing is I think I also already have one of those, or at least in a catalog, you know? So, take that as you will. I wouldn't have to buy it, because I already have one. Take a dive off of the high ground here. There you go. It's a saxophone. Poor little guy. He just wanted to be buried into the ground, and like I'm just out here ripping him out of the floor. Like, come with me. This thing's moving. It's probably like a crab or jellyfish or something. It's an octopus. I mean, that makes sense. That thing would probably move a whole lot. These grapes sure as hell won't. You know, something I've always wondered as well is how come that ocean water is salty? Like, why did so much sodium chloride, salt, gather in the oceans? Right? Like, it is an immense amount. I mean, obviously, like, the average concentration of salt water is like, what? Like, 2%, maybe 3% salt or something? You know, however much you can dissolve in it. But, like, how come there was so much salt in the oceans that it all dissolved in the ocean water? But then, you know, obviously it's not in, like, our freshwater sources, like lakes and rivers and stuff like that. Most of them obviously don't have any salt in them. Rivers wash over stone salt that goes into the ocean? Yeah, but surely that can't be where all the salt came from, right? I mean, I know that almost every single river in the world, you know, ends up in an ocean at some point. But surely that's not where every single piece of salt came from. Where every single, you know, where like all of the salt came from. Some of which I absolutely agree. That could be a good reason why. That's a good call, but I can't imagine all of it came from there. There's also lots of salt deposits, I suppose, yeah. It's the only really other way of going about it. Yeah, Ubisoft VR did come out yesterday. And I agree, James. I don't think I'm going to play it. It looks like it could be pretty fun, but it's another BR. And we're at the point where there have now been, like, 4 big BRs that everybody was all playing, you know? There was PUBG that started it, Then there was Fortnite, which is still obviously immensely popular. And then for a while you had Apex Legends, which is still, you know, has a decently sized player base. And then you also have Call of Duty Warzone now, which has basically replaced PUBG. And I would argue from what I've seen, Call of Duty Warzone thus far has probably been the best Battle Royale mechanics-wise. Because it took all the other good stuff, has quick time to kill, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that it's, you know, owned by Activision Blizzard, who as a games company I literally have the least amount of respect for, and wasn't like 120 gigabytes, I might actually play it. So, you know. Besides that, though, it's a pretty good game. But now we have had 4 good battle, or like not necessarily good because PUBG was trash, but 4 big popular battle royales, right? And then you've had a few other ones like Paladins, or like the Paladins one. Yo, this is the shrimp, isn't it? Mantis shrimp. Like the Paladins one, which was Realm Royale or something like that. Which looked like Paladins, but I don't know if it was made by the people that made Paladins or something like that. But that was like around for a month or something. There's been a lot of Battle Royales, right? And like, it's 2020. People have been getting tired of Battle Royales last year, right? When Warzone came out, a lot of people were already saying like, oh yeah, this is cool, but like, I'm kind of tired of Battle Royales. I want to get something new. And now Ubisoft is coming onto the market with a new Battle Royale in the middle of 2020, when everybody's pretty much just written off Battle Royales as a genre, right? And they have settled in like, I'll just play Apex Legends, or I'll just play Warzone, and that's it. I'll just play Fortnite, and that's it. So they have to innovate a lot if they want to even be remotely capable of, you know, trying to, in any way, get a player base. Because I feel like it's not gonna happen. Like, the game has a decent chunk of viewers on Twitch right now, but it's still outclassed by like 10 other games. And the game's only got this many viewers because of the drops, right? The drops system. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna care much about the Ubisoft BR, honestly. It is a little bit of a shame, but I feel like that's actually what it's gonna just end up being like. People aren't gonna care much for it. It's trying to get into a market that's saturated. It's kind of like it's the Lawbreakers problem, you know? It might be a good game, but it doesn't help it when there's already a very saturated market. I'm calling it, this is seaweed. There's already a very saturated market of games that people would rather play. This is probably also seaweed. This is how many bubbles there are. Yep. Okay, so I figured out how to tell what's seaweed and what isn't. But assuming that the way this game works is just like, you know, or at least the way the deep sea creatures work is just like bugs and fish, where you can only spawn a certain amount, why wouldn't I just pick it up? No reason not to. Whatever happened to Lawbreakers? Seemed like a good game. Yeah, but nobody was playing it. The game was dead on arrival. It peaked at like, I don't think it even peaked at triple digits. It might have peaked at like 100 players or something when it came out. And then within 2 days, nobody was playing it. And the game died. Because the game tried to enter a market that was already oversaturated. You know, the class shooter market at the time was already very, very saturated. You had TF2, naturally. Still a somewhat popular game, despite the absolute state of disrepair it is in. Then you had Overwatch come out, which was obviously hugely popular and hugely successful. And then you also had Paladins, which was the free-to-play version of Overwatch, essentially. You know, people trying to capitalize on the market of people that want to play Overwatch, but don't want to play TF2 because it's old. They want to have like the more ability-focused style gameplay. And then Paladins was like, alright, we'll just do that, but we'll make it free-to-play, and here you go. And those were the games that were around. And they basically divvied up all the player base already. You know? It's very unlikely that somebody would play more than one of those games. Like, people that were playing Overwatch were pretty much exclusively playing Overwatch. people that were playing Paladins were definitely not playing Overwatch or TF2 because they were already playing a free-to-play game. And then people that were playing TF2, well, you know how those people felt about Overwatch for the most part anyway, so... At least the vocal part. So, you know, people had no reason to really play Lawbreakers. Combine it with the fact that Lawbreakers wasn't even free to play, and the game just died on arrival. It was trying to compete with something that it just could not have the capacity to compete with. As far as Valorant goes, that game looks like it's going to be somewhat successful, but I think people have very quickly realized that it's not a real competitor to CSGO. Because the abilities and all that make the game too casual. Yeah, TF2 has been at its current average player peak or stuff like for 8 months. It's been around the same number or hovered around the same number for ages. Something that people tend to forget about. I mean, that there has been like people caught to attention with it for a while, right? Was the fact that for some reason a lot of the player numbers are bots, or like there's like a huge mismatch among the numbers that say Steam reports and the numbers that a website like Teamwork.tf reports, which counts players as that are in servers at any given point, rather than people that are just playing. And there was a massive mismatch, right? Like Teamwork.tf would report that at any given point there would be about 10,000 people at most playing within TF2 servers. Yet at any given point, the Steam stats would report that there were about 50,000 people in game. And then people were like, I was a long proponent of this as well. Like, how come there's that 80% of the player base are not in a server at any given point, right? So okay, and then you go through the arguments. Okay, so how can you discount that 80% of players, 40,000 people, are not currently in a server yet in game? Okay, well you can say maybe 10% of these people are currently looking for a game. They're just waiting on the main menu to be put into a server at any given point. That can be reasonable. You can assume that, okay. And then, you know, you still have like 30,000 people left. You know, what are they doing? Are they just like chilling on the main menu? Are they trading? Are they all just like playing on an offline jump map? And then it turns out, when people figure it out, that the reason these numbers were so mismatched was because the way that Steam reports player numbers and the way that Teamwork.tf reports player numbers are significantly different. Teamwork.tf reports player numbers at any given moment. You know? At any given minute, when you check the page, it polls and counts all the servers and reports them at that moment, while the Steam stats are counted up over the course of an entire hour. It counts all the players in-game over the course of an hour. And that's why the numbers differ so much. However, this still doesn't change the fact that the Teamwork.tf numbers are probably a lot more realistic as to how big the player base actually is at any given point. Because even if you might have 50,000 unique people launch the game within the space of an hour, or you don't have it open within the space of an hour, the fact that, you know, at any given point, only about 10k of those are actually playing the game? Kind of a lot lower. You know what? I'm just gonna pick this up and just dump something at random that I already have. This might be something new and I'd hate to miss it. Well, it's just barnacles, so you know what? Just let it go. Back down they go. I'm just trying to find my way to the shore now. My inventory's full. This is seaweed anyway, I don't care about it. If it bubbles that crazy, it's definitely seaweed. $443 people playing competitive. I don't remember if that counts like the in-game, like the Valve competitive, or if that counts like any server running a competitive config. I'm assuming it's just Valve competitive. In which case, that is a lot of people. Surprisingly high amount. But I mean, I guess it is Friday evening, so it's not that unrealistic overall. Probably higher on Fridays. Let me donate you a mantis shrimp. Now let me guess, Blavis. You're gonna tell me this thing is called a mantis shrimp because it is green, like a mantis is. Well, let's take a look. Be careful. Think carefully before you mock the mantis shrimp for its diminutive size. I warn you, it's itching for a fight. A pugilist through and through, this brightly hued fellow packs a punch unparalleled on land or sea. Not only are its forelimbs shaped like clubs and scythes, its arms are naturally spring-loaded too. Alright. I skipped over that message without reading it, oh well. You know what? We'll read it again. Hold on. We will read the second part of that message again. Because we can say, hey, tell me about this. And then I can just have him tell me that again. There you go. Thus the mantis shrimp high-speed blows crack open crab and oyster shells with ease. And should you grab it with your hands, you might discover why it's called the thumb splitter too. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. And also it's called mantis shrimp because it is green, like a mantis. In addition to the fact that it has, you know, big old forearms and scythes, like a mantis. I'm actually curious whether or not I have this bed now. Now that you mentioned the femboy bed in the shop, right? I was ignoring it all day because I thought I already had one cataloged, so I don't have to buy this one, right? Like, if I ever buy anything in this game now, a piece of clothing or a piece of furniture, it's just to catalog it, so I have it in my catalog. Because I might as well fill it out. Like, I know for a fact I have this color of bathtub cataloged, I have the surfboard cataloged, and I have this wheelchair cataloged. I don't actually know about the bed. It's called a cute bed, right? The easiest way you can check whether or not you have something cataloged is you just open up your phone, you look at the Nook shopping app, and then you look at the tab. The furniture tab should be here. And then you just scroll down until you get to where you need to be, and then you look if you have a cute bed. I only have a yellow one. In which case, time to buy the pink femboy bed. There you go. And never put it anywhere. Matter of fact, I'll probably just gift it to a random villager. If anybody crosses my path right now, I'll just gift them this bed. And then see if they put it in their house. If nobody crosses my path, it goes into my storage instead. Turns out nobody crossed my path, so I'll just go into storage. Unfortunately, I cannot give it to Flick. What is real? Stress testing on Raiden? Yo. Red Sun BR. Yo. Now that's a BR that I would maybe play. But also I'd have to install... Well, no, it's not like I have to install TF2, but like I'd have to play TF2 for that. And obviously that's a no can do. Also, it's past 9 PM, you know what that means. Time for your dick flattening, but also time to find some more fish under water. Because there's some new shit to catch past 9 PM. Wonder where I can dive off of here. Nowhere, it seems. Okay. This is the earliest I can jump. Right behind the Godzilla tail. What do we got? Starting off with some barnacles. Alright, starting off weak, I see. And we've got some seaweed. I think this is probably the same seaweed as from before, but I'll pick it up. Just to get rid of it. It's actually not seaweed, it is... sea anemone. An anemone. An anemone. Honestly, being able to say that word in It is real isopod hours, exactly. I want that isopod, dude. Matter of fact, I want multiple of them. One for the museum, and then any others, so I can put them around the island and shit. So of course I want to do that. I want to cover like a room in my house with isopods. Might as well, right? So apparently my telltale method of saying, hey, it's bubbling like crazy, it must be seaweed, is not necessarily correct. This could be an anemone. Yep, it is indeed, actually. Sup, Pedro? How's it going? I'm doing good myself. Thank you for asking. Welcome to the stream, bud. As you catch me swimming for my life. Okay, I've gotten like 4 of these in a row now. No backstroke. Unfortunately, you can't control what kind of swimming you do. You only do this one, and if I don't tap A, if I just hold it, he only paddles with his legs. That's all he does. So if I tap A, it's a little faster, and because he actually uses his arms as well. And then if I don't press A at all, it's like this. It's very slow. So yeah. So I gotta be tapping A all the time because I want to go quick. Swimming is already slow enough as is. If I don't press it at all, he drowns. Well, you can dive for, you know, a while. Like, I can dive like this and then keep swimming. A lot more frantic as well. Wonder if I can get this? Nope. I'm gonna go run out of air. But I can dive again immediately. There you go. There is absolutely no Fred. Nintendo have made sure that there is no way you can die in Animal Crossing. Honestly, unrealistic. There are so many situations in this game where you would absolutely die. Like getting stung by wasps about 15 times. That would normally kill any human mortal male. Not in this case. Getting bitten by tarantulas or stung by scorpions. Can be quite deadly. Not in this game. You just pass out for a second and then you end up back where you started. Like nothing ever happened. You know, diving for too long. You'd think a mortal man would drown. Not in this game. I was gonna make another joke here, and then I decided against it. I think it's for the better that I didn't make it, actually, now that I think about it even more. Small barnacles, huh? Unless there's a lot of need to actually hear that joke, I don't think I should make it. Actually, I think it's gonna be fine for the most part, but you know. I'd have to be very elaborate with it. Look at him just chilling. Look at my guy just vibing in the water. Looking at his phone. Checking what he's got. Oh, look. It's a shrimp. Wow. Crazy. What are these recipes? Got a wooden waste bin. Mermaid screen. Underwater wall. And fancy mummery. Right, I got this one and this one earlier today. And then I got these two. From just, you know, this event. I got this one from Balloon and I got this one from the Otter Dude. Let's continue. Looking for things to find. I want those isopods, baby! Ah, give me those isopods! This could be one. It's running. Whatever this is, it is going away quick. It is evading me. I need to catch it above water and try to dive for it. But this is fast, this thing. Where are you going? We're gonna have to like corner it or surprise it or something? This thing is going fast. Maybe I gotta corner it like in the corner of the net or something, because I cannot catch up to this thing. No matter what I do. Like whenever I hit the dive button, it takes so long to dive down that even while I'm above it, I can't get to it. And like I'm tapping A as much as I can. I cannot catch up to it underwater. I've got to corner it. Let's corner it. Or let's catch whatever this is first. That's also something fast that's running away from me. Come on, I can get it. I can get it. I can get it. Ah! Okay, hold on. Maybe I have to sneak up on it. Maybe I have to be a little bit slower. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, you know, chasing away a bug or something. Maybe you just want to be slower. Maybe that's gonna help here. It doesn't seem to help much. I will chase this thing until the end of the fucking earth. Until I can dive it and catch it. Send it down south. Send it down south. There's a lot of these guys, apparently. You're too slow underwater. Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm too slow underwater. I don't know how I'm supposed to catch that thing, honestly. It seems like kind of a nuisance. At least things don't despawn. I wonder if I sneak up like this. Like, I don't press A at all. I just go slow like this. I wonder if that's gonna work. That works. That works. Okay. Yep, it's an isopod. Alright, so that's how you do it. You don't want to swim fast. You want to go real slow. It's kind of like some of the bugs and some of the... You know, most of the bugs. Sometimes you gotta go a lot slower. So again, we'll do the same thing for this one, because this one seemed to be quite... you know... quite trigger happy as well. And then you swim up to it. This one was just a crab, okay. Well, oh well. There was another thing over here. God knows if it's despawned by now or not. But if it's, it hasn't, then there might be another isopod over here. And I'll gladly take another one. Let's see if it swims away rapidly. It seems to. Let's take it slowly. Nope, it's just the muscle. Okay. Was it this thing? It could be. Well, it didn't swim away, so it probably isn't, yeah. It's just some sea grapes. We did get in isopod, at least a single one. Oh, this thing is swimming away fast. Okay, this is another one, guaranteed. Gotta be careful here. Just swim up to it. God, look at it go. Okay, okay. Maybe this thing also just moves by itself at some point. Look at it. Look at it go. Look at that shadow move. It is utterly absurd. I'll catch this, though. This jellyfish. Like, I'm going slowly, right? I still can't catch it. If I go fast, it just goes faster, so... Gotta make it stop moving. Then dive. And when it's not ready, go for it. Nope. Requires a lot of concentration, surprisingly. Got it. Yeah, you gotta just corner it. These things are a pain to catch, dude. You gotta, like, tire them out. The human spirit is not easily broken. So one of those movement-happy ones, huh? Alright. So it's gotta be another isopod, then. What it is, you gotta dive down. You gotta slowly, like, bring it towards the shore, potentially. And then dive down. Grab it when it's least ready. Come on! Oh, I almost dove right on top of it, but I couldn't get it. Let's get a little bit closer to it again. I feel like this thing also moves on its own, but sometimes. And if you, give it some space so it stops moving, it just, you know, relaxes for a bit. And then you go towards it. You hit the dive and you just immediately book it towards it, right? There you go. Catch it off guard. That's how you get them. There's other things that I can catch as well, though, and I want to catch those. I was gonna chase away this fish because fuck you. A scallop. I've got a bit more space. I can continue diving for a bit. Let's see. Where that takes us. Can find anything actually, like, good. Anything that I need, anything new. That I haven't caught yet. I mean, all I've gotten in this one trip here is fucking isopods. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I needed those, but, you know. I'd like something else. New. Probably just another anemone. Yep, there you go. I knew it. It's weird how, like, anemone is one of those words that I just, for some reason, When I'm, like, voicing a normal sentence, I cannot pronounce that word without stuttering. Something about, like, the phonemes that follow each other in the word anemone just breaks my tongue. It breaks my brain. I cannot pronounce that word unless I really think about how to pronounce it. Anemone. It seems like a word you want to say really fast, and that's like what breaks me every time. What if I'm even pronouncing it wrong? I always thought you pronounce it that way. Maybe it's pronounced, I don't know, anemone, you know? Anemone. I don't know, dude. It seems to be that the anemones and the grapes are the only things I'm getting currently. I mean, I guess it's one way of filling up your inventory. They literally are all I'm getting right now. That and the occasional whelk. We've got 2 more slots. 3 for stuff to be caught. I wonder if they always bubble. Or if there's, like, opportunities where it will just not have the bubbles, but it will have a shadow. I do wonder. This thing's moving a bit. Not enough. Yo, it's a slug! That's something new. Got the sea slug. Got the giant isopod. Also available during the middle of the day, interestingly. It is the last thing I can catch right over here. And it seems to be a lively one. This is another isopod. Yeah, it probably is. You know what? Okay, let's do our strategy then. Let's slowly move up to it. Until it stops moving. Wait until it stops moving. Then dive and immediately just book it towards it. Then catch either of these. One of these is even bigger. I want the bigger one. This is the bigger one. I want the bigger one. Yo! The giant clam. I'll catch these as well. They might be something new, you never know. I guess I'll get rid of some grapes. And then the thing down here has to be an isopod, right? It's gotta be. Especially with how much it moves. Nope, it's just a crab. I guess these can be a little, lively sometimes. I gotta check. While I'm out here, I gotta check. I don't know what you are, but you might be good. That's something I already have, so... Can never be too sure. I don't even know. I don't think the giant clam was one of the things that shows up past 9 p.m. So let me check the wiki again while we walk over to the museum. I just gotta take my right hand off the controller every once in a while to, you know, check. What have I not gotten yet that you can get in July? Let's see. Gotten the sea slug. The pearl oyster, which is probably pretty fucking rare, given that it's expensive as shit. I got the giant clam. I got the octopus. There's the vampire squid, which is probably pretty fucking rare considering it is 10 grand. Like it's worth 10 grand, so, you know. And there's the, potentially the spider crab, who knows. And potentially the lobster. There's also the horseshoe crab. And that's about it. The flatworm. No, the flatworm's next month. Yeah, so it's the horseshoe crab is the one thing that's still missing. Okay. Tell me more about this huge fucking isopod, dude. Yeah, fun catching a vampire squid. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be tough. It sounds to me like not only is it gonna be very rare, given how expensive it is, it's probably tough to catch. I mean, these isopods are already a fucking handful. Growing nearly 20 inches, the sea-dwelling giant isopod is the world's largest cousin of the pillbug. 20 inches. 20 inches is revolting. Aha, it's a bug, see it? Making matters worse for us who find the pillbug repulsive rather than cute, the giant isopod can swim shockingly fast and is known for its voracious appetite. In fact, the most happy when dining on it's most happy when dining on the carcass of animals that have sunk to the bottom of the sea. There's a nickname of the vacuum cleaner of the deep. I like isopods. They're fucking cool as shit. But tell me more about sea slugs, please. Tell me more about it. If you will, a land slug, but one dressed in frilly attire, full of bold colors, stripes, and spots. That is the sea slug, a gastropod that looks ready to walk the red carpet, or perform beneath a big top. But these clowns are no laughing matter. Their garish colors and wild patterns warn predators to steer clear of their stinging, toxic taste. And that is how you dress for success, as they say. Is it? Is that why... is that why gay people always wear bright, obnoxious colors? Okay, that's the insensitive joke out of the way. Subscribe, please. Gygus giant clams live in warm water coral reefs and are the biggest bivalves in the world. Growing as wide as 6 feet and weighing up to 600 pounds! These clams can live up to be 100 years old. I mean, again, I don't know the imperial system well, but 6 feet, that's like 1.80 meters, right? It's like 1.8 meters. And 600 pounds is like 100 kilograms. No, that's like 250 kilograms. That's insane. These mighty creatures look as tough as they would eat a swimmer whole. But these eat plankton instead and get valuable nutrients from an algae live in symbiosis with. Indeed, these enormous gents get all the sustenance they need by lying face up with their shells half open. Interesting. Hey, my predictions weren't half wrong. 180 centimeters, it's 185, and 250 kilos. That wasn't actually all that bad. Crazy to think. Maybe I'm getting better with imperial numbers. I think I'm getting a little better with it. I've had to deal with that shit for so long. Because Americans never bother at all to actually, you know, convert. So... let's see. where else to put stuff. So seaweed, barnacle, sea star, abalone. We've got the sea pineapple, the crab, the octopus. We got nothing else in here. That's new, but we might have them over here. We got the sea grapes. We got the clam just chilling there. Yeah, all right. Look at that bad boy. God damn, what a chonker. We got the eels, the mantis shrimp, urchin just chilling there. Prawn, anemone, slug, mussel. All right. So where's the isopod? It must be in the deep sea, dude. The isopod must be in the deep sea one. Must be down here. And because it lives on the ocean floor, right? So it must be on like the deep sea container in the bottom right here. If not in the big one here. It doesn't look like it's in the big one. Considering there's no extra sign. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Look at my boy. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, ho, ho, ho. There's nothing else here yet. Boy. So if I'm not mistaken, there are three more things I can currently catch. Horseshoe crab. Vampire squid, which apparently is an absolute pain in the ass. And oyster clam. Or pearl oyster, whatever it's called. Pearl oyster, I believe it's what it's called. Now what I'm wondering about is what the isopod is, right? Considering it's just a bigger pill bug, does it need water to live? Or does it just tolerate the water? I mean, we'll notice in a minute when I just put down one. It definitely doesn't need the water. Look at him chilling, though. Look at him. He's just... Okay, hold on. No, don't show it off. Place item. Forbidden love. So close. Yet torn apart so far. Okay. I'm getting ideas. Let's sell everything else. And keep the isopods, obviously. New Stardew Valley looks cool, I know, right? Let's sell everything that's not an isopod or a crab. Actually, I'll keep an octopus as well. I'm curious as to how those look when you put them down. Just one, though. Yeah. And I'll just start handing out crabs to my villagers randomly. And see what they think about it. I haven't actually looked at what an octopus looks like if I place it down. What do you look like if I place you down? I mean, you're gonna be in a tank, but... Yeah, I mean, okay. It's about as much as I expected, to be honest. Alright. Alright, anybody out? Hey! Oh no, Pierce, I've already given you a gift earlier, shit. Who haven't I given a gift to today yet? I mean, probably most of my villagers. Who else is about right now? Who up? Hey, Lyman. Do you want this? Take an octopus. You're welcome. Yo, anybody else out and about right now? Anybody wildin'? You know what, Freya? I'll even come into your house just to hand you another animal. I've already given you a turtle. And that turtle better be chilling on the fucking... Yeah, dude, it's chilling on the fireplace. Look at him. Beautiful. Now I can't give you anything because he's sitting down. Alright, you know what? Fuck you then. Enjoy your book or something, I don't care. I just wanted to touch the turtle anyway, it's the only reason I came by. To touch your turtle. That I caught. I don't think I've given Doc a gift yet. Let's give Doc a gift. Yeah, you don't need that jewel beetle around. I've got a gift for you. It's called Crab. It's time for Crab. I did indeed get that from the bottom of the ocean. Thanks for the vertical striped shirt. I guess. Oh, dude. I know exactly what to do with this area. This is where the isopods go. I could have them looking out on the ocean, but I feel like having them next to each other is better. And then you do this, you go from the top, and you put the crab here. Like he's watching over them. There you go. What happens when I touch this? Starts moving his little legs around. Cool. I should move it a little bit further to the right. At least they're a little bit closer to the water. Am I really gonna have to do it this way? I'm gonna have to pull this away, just so I can take this and push it further. Why don't I just push it all the way as far as I can? There you go. Push this one over once, and then push this one all the way up to meet with his friend. Wait, no. This is what I want to do. I want to dump these off. Put into storage. And then go diving some more. There's a few things still left to grab. Let's grab them. Or at least see if we manage to grab them. They might be obscenely rare. That's not gonna stop me. What do we have down here? Horseshoe crab, maybe? Nope, just a jellyfish. What do we have over here? Certainly not something that's moving. That's just an octopus. Well, well. What do we have up here? Moving just ever so slightly. This prawn stood no chance. We're having seafood tonight, boys. This shit's bubbling like crazy. It's probably an anemone. I think I know why I always stutter when I say anemone now. Well, for the most part. Because it's... When you put a fucking article before it, you have to say N, and it's the same fucking syllable as the first syllable of the word. So it sounds weird in your head. You're like, wait, am I stuttering? I don't know. And then you stutter. An anemone. It's a stupid fucking word, dude. They really should have thought of a different word for this sea creature. Or whatever it is. I already forgot what Blabbers told me. I know it's not a plant. Come here, come here, come here. Do you know what this is missing? We've already got sea stars, so we can have Patrick. But there's no sponge. Why do I want to have SpongeBob, you know? One's a little bit of a lively one. A little bit more of a lively one. Alright, it's a shrimp, of course. Make that too. Look at his big pink eyes. What the hell am I looking at? The hell has that dude been drinking? Just another scout. It is in the sea pineapple, of course! Did they ever explain in the SpongeBob lore as to why SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea? I mean, I know if they haven't, then we're never gonna get the real explanation because, you know, the dude that made the show died like last year or 2 years ago. You know, this is something new. That's a pearl oyster. There you go. Cool. But, you know, surely they must have at some point explained the lore as to why he lives in the pineapple. I actually think I might distinctly remember that there was an episode that somehow hints at that. But I don't remember. It's another sea slug. Alright, alright, alright. I vibe with it. I vibe with it. Surprising lack of bubbles showing up on my screen right now. But I might just because they're just out of view. I don't know. Excuse me? Dove over you, my man. You can't just run away from me like that. This seems to be a pretty lively one. At least for a minute there. It's just another crab, though. Not the kind I'm looking for, but it is a crab. Oh boy. This one's a very lively one as well. It's just a prawn, okay? Hmm. Have they ever gone into the lore as to why Squidward lives in, like, the weird face-shaped house head thing? Now, what's with the, what's the reasoning behind all those choices? I mean, Patrick living under a rock, that's kinda, you know... You can interpret a lot into that. And all that. You can be like, oh yeah, that seems somewhat sensible. A sea star would probably do that. I don't know. Why is Mr. Krabs the, you know... Why is he the greedy capitalist? Why does he call his restaurant the Krusty Krab? For the most part, at least for most foods, I don't associate crusty to be a good adjective for food. In general, I consider crusty to be a rather bad adjective. You give it to, I don't know, low-resolution images and shit like that, right? So how come he can't spell? Why does he spell it all with K instead of C? It's supposed to be spelled. This seems to be a lively fella. Definitely is, okay. Can't catch up normally. Gotta keep him calm. Gotta catch him off guard. That's another clam. I do like the top part of this map for diving the most, because you can oversee most of it very easily. You always have the net at the top, And then, you know, you can just about see everything when you go down to the center. Like, you just about keep the net in your view. That way you have everything up top. You can even go a little bit lower like this. And then down below you, there isn't much, you know, much you could be missing. Not as easy to potentially miss something. I also don't know yet if it matters where you dive as to what you will find. I'm assuming it doesn't. I'm assuming any deep sea creature can spawn anywhere in the map. It doesn't matter where. It's just all chance based. It's just all random chance, right? Whichever one decides to show up. Something like the vampire squid or whatever is probably fucking rare as shit. I mean, I haven't seen a single isopod this entire diving session I've done now, and I caught Frey last time. So, you know. I don't even know if I caught anything new this time. Oh no, yeah, I did. I got the oyster. They did finally add swimming to this game, yes. They did indeed. Hello, Dave, by the way. How's it going? I mean, I can finally escape. Unfortunately, as you can see, they put nets all around the waters, so you can only go so far. This seems to be a lively creature. It's not as lively, though. Still catch it. Just another prawn anyway. So as much as you would like to escape, you cannot. The nets are still there, preventing you from going anywhere. You can, however, dive to catch some deep-sea creatures. Like, an octopus. I know, right? Why can't I just climb over? I don't know why the game doesn't let me do that. It's almost like the villager wants to stay here. This is probably seaweed or the sea anemone. Sea anemone, if I had to guess. Yep, there you go. I've only been doing this for not even 3 hours, and I can already tell from just like the bubbling patterns and the size of the shadow what I'm gonna catch. Well, at least in some cases. This is like low bubble, so I know it's not seaweed. And it's moving a bit. Oh, it's a jellyfish, who would have thought? Are my characters relatable to the fans? Well, no, if they wanted to make characters relatable to the fans, then they would allow you to drown yourself. But you can't even do that. So, you know. Alright, my inventory's full. Time to dump it off. Got at least one new thing, so better than nothing. Tell me, Museum Owl. What's this oyster I found all about? Yeah, I've been here a lot tonight, but you know, I've been finding all these weird things off the shore of our island. You gotta tell me about this pearl oyster, so I know what it's about. You know, the famed pearl oyster can live for over 40 years and grow up to a foot in size. Wow, cool. This briny bivalve is best known for the precious gems it grows within. The pearl making process begins when an irritant gains access to the delicate insides of the oyster. The interior is then covered with layer upon layer of nacre, the same substance used to create its shell. It creates years for the pearl to form, but in the end, the irritant is rendered harmless. I mean, I suppose, yeah. I have the power to turn things that annoy us into things of beauty instead. Does this mean that like the insides. Oh, I didn't mean to that. The insides of pearls have like fucking like small fish or like bugs or whatever in them. It's like if you were to crack open a pearl that you find, it would have like a small fish inside that just got stuck inside the oyster. Interesting. Let's take a look where this bad boy ends up, because I want to know everything. I want to know where everything is. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in this tank here, potentially. Maybe the one up top? Probably the one up top, if I had to guess, actually. Sea grapes. Pearl oyster right up there. There you go. Just chilling up there. Yeah, you tend to get you get used to the fact that there's a lot of unskippable dialogue and cutscenes and shit like that. That's just how things are. It's not a game that's supposed to be, you know, perfected or that you're supposed to min-max, you know? It's not really that type of game. And the fact that the transitions are like that, it actually keeps you in it. The mindset as well. Now I want to look what this fucking giant-ass clam looks like if I put it down on the ground. It's a big-ass clam, alright. Really? I can't rotate it? There you go. I want to get a better look at it. Cool. Hey kids, you're still open for another 6 minutes. I might as well sell it to you directly before I drop shit into the Dropbox. What's with the music in here all of a sudden? Oh, it's like a night lullaby. Because they're closing in 5 minutes and going to bed, and they're like little kids. So it's playing like a good night lullaby. I've never actually heard this. I've never been in a shop this late. At around this time. I wonder what happens if you're still in the shop when it hits 10 p.m. I'm actually curious. It's crazy how I've been playing this game for 240 hours and like 4 months. And there's still things that I discover, like details like this, that I discover. It's little like good night music playing for these little kids before they close the shop. I'm actually curious what would happen if I... You know what, I'm just gonna stay here for the next 4 minutes and let's see what happens. Let's just see if they, like, kick us out of the store, if it just stays open until, like, you know, until I leave. Like, I can still interact with everything. But then as soon as I leave, it, you know, stays closed. Buy the wheelchair. I think I already have one. Maybe even in that color. Yes, this is alphabetically sorted, so I gotta go all the way down. It seems to be exactly the same color. This might be a slightly different shade of blue, actually. You know what? I'll buy it. I'll buy the wheelchair before the shop closes. Boy. Yeah, it's just a vampire squid. And the horseshoe crab that I'm missing now. So... how bad can it be, right? How bad can it be? Yeah, I'm going to keep standing here. You guys can stare at me as much as you want. I'll keep standing here, waiting for you to close shop. You're gonna have to force me out of this place. To be fair, there might be lobsters available. Because at least in the previous game, they were available all year round. It could very well be that they've changed it for this one, obviously. I haven't found one yet. They might be rare as fuck. I am a real-life lobster. How did you know? Hmm. It's almost 10 p.m. Oh, there you go. They're just gonna kick me out. I see. Okay. Well, good to know. You have 10 BBTV slots open. Good to know. Let me in. Let me in. All right, fine. Well, I don't want to dump these, but I want to dump this one. There you go. Got everything you can catch while diving. Are you sure you've gotten everything you can get right now, though? So you've gotten yourself Vampire Squid, you've gotten yourself the... Can you catch lobsters currently? I don't know. The wiki says question mark. Maybe you can. Gotten yourself a horseshoe crab and everything? I guess everything the wiki says is guaranteed available. Fair enough. No lobster. Fair. Alright, I mean, of the two things that are... Well, like, of the things that are confirmed, the only things I'm missing are Vampire Squid and Horseshoe Crab, so... We'll have to see about those, I guess. Dump this off. There you go. Let's go for another round, baby. There's stuff to catch. Like 3 of them in a row. God damn. I mean, okay, that's kind of what happened with the isopods. I was gonna be like, oh, isopods, they're worth a ton of money. And then, you know, the first one I found was like immediately after it hit 9 p.m., but whatever. First one I found was like, oh, it's kind of tough to catch. These might be, you know, these might be kind of rare. And then I caught 3 of them, like, within 5 minutes. And since then, none of them have showed up either. So I think it is just completely and utterly random. I feel like the rarity barely matters here. Some things seem to be more common than others, but overall, I think you're gonna need a large sample size to really be able to tell how rare something is. As long as I keep the net in the corner of my eye, I can basically not miss anything on the right side of the ocean here, and then the left side is pretty close. This thing's moving a bit, but it's not moving a whole lot, so it's probably easy. Yep, there you go. But what if you just found a body on the floor? This is where the villagers go that leave the island. Tom Nook doesn't actually let them leave. He just murders them and dumps their body onto the bottom of the ocean. And if you ever see them again, that's actually just a clone. That's crazy, dude. Here's a guy to Blue Marl. I'll have pay attention to a couple of bugs. I think I actually got the last of the bugs today. I did some hardcore bug hunting yesterday. Went to a Nook Miles island, terraformed it so that the only thing remaining were palm trees, and then spent approximately 4 hours across multiple islands, that is, at different points in the day. Just walking around in circles, chasing away the ones I didn't need on the palm trees. It probably took longer than I had to because at first I didn't realize what the golden stag would look like, so I think I chased away like 3 of them before I caught one. And then I caught like 4, so they immediately just started showing up. Yeah, the ones that spawn at 11 PM. That's what was annoying yesterday as well. I had to put up the game, but I actually got them pretty quickly. They aren't that rare. Like when I went to an island for the 11 PM bugs, I did the terraforming just to have the palm trees, obviously, to make my life a little bit easier. And I found them within like 5 minutes, so it wasn't actually all that bad. I think I was done by like 11:10, 11:15. I already turned the game off again, so it wasn't actually all that bad to try and find those. Play till 0:30, but no luck. Ugh, that's unlucky, yeah. Because as far as I'm aware, like the giant stag and the scarab beetle aren't actually that rare. I saw multiple giant stags while I was hunting for the scarab beetle, and then after catching the first scarab beetle, I saw another one as well, but I didn't bother catching it. So, guess you just having bad luck. But I got the fish sorted very quickly. And the last thing I had to catch today was the walking stick, which is just at such a weird time. Only until, like, from 5 until 7 PM. I spent, like, a solid 30 minutes this afternoon, past 5 PM, just trying to get that thing. And I finally got that. There's our horseshoe crab that I was looking for. Alright, that just leaves the squid. Let's hope that one's not too rare. At least you can't chase things away while swimming, so, you know. This could be a squid, it's pretty quick. It's not as quick. I love good bugs, but I got 3 Napoleon fish and another mahi-mahi. Well, screw you too. Remember how I had to take like 2 weeks to catch my first mahi-mahi? Yeah, that was pain. I'm glad I don't have to worry about pier fish anymore. Ever. I suppose you have the good fish luck, and I have the good bug luck. Because I've been getting pretty lucky with the bugs, overall. I got like more than half of them on the first day. And I didn't even play much on the first day of July, right? I only played like 2 or 3 hours. So, yeah. I'm actually surprised with how lucky I got with the fish this time around. I was really expecting to take ages to get the ocean sunfish. Or sun-ocean fish, or ocean sunfish, I think that's what it's called. And I actually managed to find one pretty quickly yesterday, so... That was good luck. What's the inventory like? We still got space. This thing is certainly lively. Alright, I think we found something lively here. Yep, okay, okay. Certainly tries to get away quickly. So we gotta do the whole we swim up closely and then dive and get it. Ah, I missed it. Can still catch up though. Alright, that's the vampire squid. Well, that's diving done for today. That was easy. Alright, I was expecting that to be a lot harder. That was surprisingly easy. That was way easier than the isopods. That thing was nowhere near as quick as the isopods. And there's also a balloon here. I guess I got really lucky with the pattern on that one. Maybe. But I did catch a few isopods, so I did get used to the patterns that these fast things have. Wow, clay. Lovely. Really just what I was looking for here. Alright, Blathers, I got 2 more things for you. And at least for today, I think that's all we're going to be able to catch while diving. I think by tomorrow or the next couple of days, the wiki will sort itself out, so we'll know whether or not there's more stuff available in July. And then I can worry about catching that stuff. But considering I haven't found any of it yet, and like the vampire squid and this thing have been pretty rare, I'd argue there's probably not much more to catch currently. Tell me about the horseshoe crab, Blathers. Some might say it's a good luck to catch a horseshoe crab, but I am not among them. Although called a crab, this beast is an arthropod, and thus more akin to spiders and scorpions. Its long tail resembles a scorpion stinger, in fact, though it's quite harmless. A living fossil, the horseshoe crab has been around since before the dinosaurs. A tank-like shell, it would survive. Okay, cool, whatever. What aroused me is my beak. During breeding season, horseshoe crabs crawl up on the beach and make nests together in the hundreds. Hundreds of horseshoe crabs. Yo, hundreds of crabs? Let's go. It's time for crab. Yes, I also have a squid for you. This thing was supposed to be hard to catch and rare, so tell me about it. Beware the vampire squid, I say. This 8-armed deep-sea monster is out to drink your blood. I only jest. The vampire squid does, in fact, live deep in the ocean, where almost no light pervades. So it's like in the deep tank, then. Must be. But while it looks like it could nibble on your neck, it nibbles on bits of dead plankton and algae instead. By all accounts, the vampire squid is a gentle sort who squirts bioluminescent goo at foes. So how did the eerie official name of vampire... That means vampire squid? You heck, you see? Okay, whatever. The problem with the squid's cloak. The arms are webbed with velvet red skin and lined with toothy spines. Plain put, this genial squid looks like the world like a vampire. Looks for all the world like a vampire who went for a swim. Right. Interesting. Quite a long info on that one because it's such a rare item. Okay. Cool. Let's have a quick look around as to where they are. I mean, I'm assuming the squid's in a deep sea tank next to like the oarfish and stuff. And I'm gonna assume the crab is probably just chilling in the big tank here. Wait a minute. Was the crab just chilling in the fucking... Did I just see that right? The crab seemed to be chilling in the sturgeon tank. Unless that was a rock and I just looked wrong. Well, it's not in the big one here. Not in here either. Is Is it actually in a sturgeon tank? Or is it in here somewhere and I've just been missing it? Seaweed, barnacle, star, abalone, pineapple, crab, octopus. Well, let's check back here first, because I know for a fact that the everything has to be back here, right? I just want to know where everything is. It's not in the big tank. There's nothing that ends up in the big tank. Yeah, there's a squid. I assumed as much. It does look like I can see why they call it a vampire squid. It does look a little weird. The red skin, the tooth, like the teeth and whatever on the ends of those tentacles and stuff. I can see why they call it a vampire squid. So you're telling me the fucking horseshoe crab lives in the... But it's a deep sea creature. How come it can... Does this thing just not care about... Like, fish are very sensitive as to what water they're in. I guess this thing just doesn't give a shit. Yeah, this thing just chills in the fucking fresh water. It doesn't care about that, okay. So now, like, if you put a fucking freshwater fish in saltwater and vice versa, they just die instantly or some shit. I guess this crab doesn't give a crap. It doesn't give a crap. It just doesn't care. It's just like, alright. As long as you give me water, I'll be fine. Probably doesn't even need the water. Motherfucker can probably just, like, walk on land if he chooses to. Let's sell some shit. I don't care about making the most money out of it. I'll keep the crab to give it to ketchup, though. Because I see her walking around here. Hey, you. That's probably why it survived from before the dinos, true. Take this crab. Denim overalls. Thanks. Oh, now you're thinking about something. Or... No? Okay. Changed your mind, huh? That was quick. What do these look like? Oh no, I've got these already. Okay. I already have a pair of these. I didn't know these could fly around this late. I thought these stopped flying around at like 9 PM. Alright. I guess I must be thinking about something else. Hey Sylvia! I have a gift for you. It's called denim overalls. Suits you beautifully. Oh, thanks for the cycling shirt. Enjoy your new overalls, I guess. You know where the shirt is going? Not my storage, because my storage is almost full. Goodbye. Alright, that's enough diving for today. Which means... you can take this. Place item. Looks just like everything else, huh? And put this in the storage. And not worry about it. The horseshoe crab is in danger because it's, toxic for the medical industry? Is it? I didn't know that. That's some interesting real-life lore that they could have included here. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. That's what's above my door. I completely forgot. Well. Yeah, what's on TV today? She told me that she doesn't like my outfit because it's not suitable for summertime. Aw, what? What are you wearing, though? Unless I'll be wearing summer clothes. Harvester blood. I don't know, it's like rich in like some sort of vitamin or something, is that why? I know that like a lot of marine creatures have like a lot of omega-3 fatty acids or whatever. That might help. But I don't know if moisture crabs have that. Look, it's a crab! It's a crab on TV! There's a crab! Go back to the... I don't care about this guy. Go back to the crab! 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 Where's the fucking crab, dude? Been waiting. I've been waiting for it to come back. Please. Give me the crab. Crab! 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 Okay. I'm done. The blood has amoeba sites which function like white blood cells. I see. What's this playing right now? Right. You like my turtle collection? I know you do. I know you're jealous. I could have been catching a lot more, and I haven't been. Because, I tend to not play the game this late anymore. They only spawn past 9 PM, so, you know. Oh yeah, Flick is still around. Hey bud, I haven't talked to you at all today. Because there's no reason for you to be around. It's not like I can sell you anything, and I don't have any bugs that I want to make trophies of, so... See you later, bud. You really need to get some different pantsuit. The plate does not suit you at all. It's not a good look. Can't wait to dig up 5 billion flowers tomorrow. Right, it's 10 PM. Of course Sylvia is singing outside again. Naturally. As per usual. Digging up flowers? Yeah, I mean, you gotta dig them up. You wanna get rid of them. Because when it rains, or like when a flower gets watered, it has a chance of spreading. Or breeding with nearby other flowers, creating a new one. Kind of like, you know, this purple one was probably, this pink one was probably created by these orange ones breeding or something. This pink one was created. But, you know, the problem is, for the past 2 weeks, it's rained almost every single day on my island, so these flowers have been spreading completely uncontrollably. Plus, I have to get rid of, like, most of these here and make some use of this park area. And considering I'm actually playing the game again, a little bit more now, I might just do this soon. I might just clean up this area a little bit, make something different out of it, because for now, it's giving me a headache. Just having to deal with all these fucking flowers every day. I might just, like, cordon them off into, like... Because they can't spread onto paths, so... If I just put paths all around them, or just put them in places where I don't care about them spreading too much, I guess I can contain them somewhat. But, like, it's actually gotten out of control. Like, this right here used to be, like, 3 flowers. It used to be these 2 red ones and this white one. And look how many it's become. This one over here is even more of an extreme example. You see all these roses? It used to be like these 2 white ones and this 1 yellow one. It's gotten out of control. I need to do something. I need to do something about it. It's gone too far. These pansies as well. I used to only have like these 3 up here or something, or these 4. Maybe these 5. Yeah, it's dumb. I don't mind them being in places, like, I need to get rid of all these in the center here as well. These have completely uncontrollably, like, they only used to be along the edge here. They only used to be along the edge near the hedge. And they've completely uncontrollably spread across the entire fucking playground. Same for these, honestly. So I'll have to find something to do with all those. I've been trying to keep this one clean, at least. Probably like 5 flowers I'm gonna have to dig up here. Because I don't need all these flowers. I really don't. They serve next to no purpose. This only used to be these two. Look at how many it's become. It's gonna probably rain tomorrow again. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. Like, I'm gonna log on tomorrow. Like, tomorrow afternoon. Like, I don't know, 1 PM or something. You know, after having breakfast. And I'll just have more rain. At least Sylvia's enjoying herself. 1 PM breakfast. Well, I wouldn't have breakfast at 1 PM. I'd have breakfast at like 12 or maybe even 11. And then, you know, I'd play the game at 1 PM. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And honestly, because I don't feel like I want to play anything else tonight, I think I'm actually going to call it with a shorter stream for today. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll have this be a shorter stream of just 3.5 hours, which is, by Twitch standards, still a decently long stream. You know, I mean, like, I know a lot of streamers that don't stream near this long, so that's something. But yeah, I'll catch you again on Sunday for more gaming. And yeah, thank you for joining me and all that usual jazz. I'll see you then. Have a good night or rest of your day. Rest well. Goodbye.